and it's picked off by Norwalk, who has all the momentum in this game right now.
And here is the pitch out. That goes to Hayden Jones, trying to find running room. Goes to the corner, to the 5, pops a hole. Touchdown, Knoxville. The Panthers get on the board early on.
Kakmarinski, he's got some space. He's going 5, diving. He's in. We're going to get a spot touchdown. Kakmarinski.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with the radio pregame show, bring you score updates from around the area, and bring you all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school football. Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
High school football is on the air as we welcome you live to Pella Christian for a non-district matchup tonight between your third-ranked Class 1A Pella Christian Eagles and the Class 2A PCM Mustangs. This is our Smash Park radio pregame show. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of Pella. I'm Trevor Castle, joined now by J.D. Bohr on a upper 80-degree Friday night in mid-September on Eagle Lane. Final non-district matchup. It's the Highway 163 rivalry. And J.D., you've only been in town for a couple of years, but I get the sense you're already figuring out how big this Pella Christian PCM matchup is and looking forward to a good one, we hope, tonight.
No doubt. You know, this is a fun one for everybody. A lot of people who know each other on both sides, you know, and obviously on the field as well. So definitely one that people are fired up about. And I think we got two pretty good football teams out here tonight. So I expect some high-quality football, and should be a really fun one to watch.
Pella Christian off to a 2-0 start, 2 decisive blowout victories. PCM is 1-1. They opened their season with a convincing win, then went up a couple of classes and stumbled against Newton last Friday night. The real question tonight is, can PCM slow down what has become a juggernaut rushing attack of Pella Christian?
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting with Pella Christian because the last couple of years they've kind of been known for passing the ball well, you know, putting the ball up in the air to some big-time receivers, and this year it's looked a lot different. It's pretty vanilla. It's running the football right at you. It's not a whole lot of tricks and gimmicks going on, but it's been working, and you've had Isaac Kakmarinski and Benny Schurz putting up huge numbers, and yeah, they're going to look to continue to do that, but I know they're also looking, they want to throw the ball a little bit. They want to start to figure that out, so it'll be interesting how that goes.
Well, and, you know, ultimately, the idea is to do something well and really ultimately to win football games, right? And it's not about flash. It doesn't have to be about style. It's just about the substance. Do you get the job done? And Pella Christian, when you bring, you know, basically 5 offensive linemen back from a year ago, a 3-year starter at quarterback, you don't have to be real flashy. You can just be really good at what you do. And 2 games in, Coach Kakmarinski and his offense are doing just that.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything more offensively. They lead the state right now in rushing yards. They lead the state in total yards. They lead the state in scoring. I mean, they're doing it right now. And if you want to poke holes in it, you say, well, let's do it against a good football team. You know, I think we got a good football team on the other side of the field here. PCM, obviously the experience that they bring, the tradition that they have. I think this is going to be a big test for the Eagles to see if they can keep doing what they've been doing.
As we go to the other side of the ball for PCM, you know, one thing that I'm curious to see tonight is the emergence of their senior quarterback, Augie Stock. He played sparingly last year. In fact, we thought he was going to reemerge during the Pella Christian game. He got hurt basically as soon as he came back off of an injury, and, you know, that wiped out his junior season. He was not, you know, he didn't start the season for PCM. We thought he was going to come back last week against Newton. He did not. But J.D., he's wearing number 10. He's standing on the 30-yard line with a knee brace on his left leg. He's been slinging it in warm-ups, and he might be that difference maker that PCM needs.
No doubt about it. I mean, when you talk about experience at quarterback, that goes a long ways. You know, and Augie Stock, even though he missed so many games last year with some unfortunate injuries, the fact that he had a big sophomore year, he's played a lot of football, and he's also a different kind of athlete. I mean, you look at him out on the field, you talked about the way he throws it in warm-ups. We've seen it on the field from him before. He's a big-time player. He's a big-time athlete, and that addition could be really, really big for the Mustangs.
The other thing that PCM has going for him is Greg Bonnet, their head coach, who is a terrific state championship winning head coach, and he's a defensive-minded head coach. So if you're looking for somebody that would maybe be able to dial up a game plan to slow down what Pella Christian wants to do offensively, Coach Bonnet's your guy.
No doubt, you know, and you look, again, we talked about with Pella Christian's offense, it's pretty vanilla. They're going to run it right at you. And I'm sure PCM's got the film on those games, and they're saying, we're going to load up on the run. We're going to see if they can pass it to beat us, you know, and they're going to put their athletes in the spot to take away the run game, match up that way, and see what they can do and limit the big plays that Pella Christian's made the past couple weeks.
All right, this is our Smash Park Radio pregame show here on KNIA-KRLS.com. We're on the KRLS 2 stream tonight. We're also on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, and we're live on Pella TV this evening. As we head to break, we've got both coaches' interviews. Perry Bell will catch up with PCM coach Greg Bonnet first, and then I'll have a chat with Coach Rich Kakmarinsky, powered by Hy-Vee, second. But as we go to break, let's give you our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is 85 degrees. It should get down to the mid-70s rather by the end of the game tonight, and then we're heading to a high just in the upper 60s tomorrow. So a cold front is rolling in, but it's 85 degrees for your game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. As always, you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
Well, let's take a time out inside of the Smash Park Radio pregame show. PCM head coach Greg Bonnet sits down with Perry Bell when we come back on KNIA-KRLS.com.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from cord-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. Get paid positions up to $26.05 an hour. All 9 positions will receive a shift differential. Employees will be offered a referral program up to $1,500, weekly pay up to $1,000 weekly, a free 2-year college education for children of employees, compressive benefits, medical, dental, and prescription coverage, paid vacation and holidays, and 401k match, pension, and profit sharing. Apply today here at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
The lights in the car, white and red, white and red, white and red. The lights in the car, white and red at Central Tire and Auto.
If the lights on your car aren't white and red, don't wait until Mr. Officer makes you fix them. Stop into Central Tire and Auto. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new lights. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
No one looks forward to having surgery, not even for their pets. It can be kind of a scary thing. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County veterinarian, and we strive to keep your pets safe and comfortable at all phases of the procedure. They'll receive preoperative blood work and anesthesia, warming, and electronic monitoring during the operation, plus post-operative pain management and supervised recovery. For elective surgeries or for that unexpected emergency, trust the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Are you ready to save big? Yeah, you. The carpool driving, crossfitting, building, and making warriors. Vision for Less owns selection, price, and speed. Glasses you need. Quality you deserve. Every day, all day, today. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. That's right. You want it, we've got it. Selection, price, speed. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Let there be light, or not, or maybe just a little light. It's your choice with Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Here's Vicki Collette of Oskaloosa, another satisfied cabinet design customer.
Mike put these can lights in that room too, and they're all on dimmers, and so we can have as much light or as little light as we want, which has really been handy. We like that.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
With Coach Greg Bonnet, PCM head football coach, on our pregame show. Coach, last week we played Newton at home, and could you give us a brief wrap-up on that Newton game?
Well, you know, I think Newton had some really good players, and they're very well coached, and they seemed like they had things going in the right direction. And as I went back and watched the film, you know, just taking away all the learning opportunities that we could the following day. There was a lot to learn from, and some of it was basic technique stuff, and so we kind of isolated all the missed tackles, because that was the glaring problem on defense, was just missed tackles. And so, kind of pulled those from film, made up a little playlist, and, there's 5 common mistakes that a tackler will make, and any missed tackle pretty much comes down to one of these 5 things. So I went over that with each one of the kids, individually, and we worked on that particular skill, and it was just a priority this week, as it wasn't a lack of effort or anything like that, where I didn't have to go out there and find out who the toughest player was or anything like that. It was just a matter of technique, shimmying up, eye discipline more than anything. They didn't really quite know where to put their eyes. So it's going to be an ongoing process. We're going to work it every single day, and because if you don't pursue and you don't tackle on defense, you're not going to be a very good defense. And that was the main priority in terms of fixing things up. Offensively speaking, we are an RPO offense, and we were running the ball pretty well, and sometimes we'd get off schedule, I think because August wanted to do a little bit too much, and we didn't need to do that. We didn't have to go for it and, put ourselves into a 3rd and 8 situation. We're pretty good. We're pretty good in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 type of team. That's where we want to be. That's on schedule for us. But, being 3rd and 10, that's not on schedule for us. So it's just some of those little things to clean up, and, how to strategize to actually, to win a game, not just to make plays, but to win a game in terms of all the 3 phases of the game working together.
Your defense, you talked about the missed tackles, but for most of the game, I thought you had a lot of good penetration from your defensive line breaking through, but that number 21 for Newton was pretty shifty.
Yeah, he's a very special player, absolutely. The Klein kid, he's hard to deal with, and our defensive line is a good group. They know what they're doing. We hit line games. We're not a big blitzing type of defense. We're a line game type of defense, and so sometimes when we get the penetration, that's what you want, or that's what we're going for there. So our guys, they up front, they're pretty good. They know what they're doing. They're well coached by Coach Nolan, and on the back side, we just have to be able to protect them by making some tackles. We were at the point of attack. We were there, but once we got there, it was like there was a disconnect between what either I've been teaching or haven't been teaching. So I just became a little bit better teacher, and we addressed it, and I think we'll improve.
And you mentioned after the game that you felt you had probably a little more depth than you'd thought. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean it seems like the cream is starting to rise to the top, and sometimes like the young guys, I take 2 of our guys that are on the team, the Durod twins, and they're only sophomores, and they're not very big, but they're doing a lot of things that is going to earn them reps. And they're tall kids, they're very aggressive kids, to put it, but they're phenomenal tacklers. And so when we start doing these drills and things like that, slowing things down a little bit, you start to see who out there has some of these hidden skills. Because too often in the preseason, because Iowa high school football, the bottom line is, it's a tragedy really. You have 5 days in pads before you go, play like a scrimmage, or 6 days before you go play a scrimmage. And so, the more tackling that we could do, the better off we're going to be. So later on in the season, everything starts to improve, but it would be nice if we just had a little bit more preparation time, because bottom line is it's a safety deal. We got to be able to teach these kids how to tackle in full speed situations and not just throw them out there in a game, like happens currently.
What do you know about your next opponent here, Pella Christian Eagles?
Well, I tell you what, they have some pretty good players too. Kind of on that St. Klein level. You keep an eye on their number 31, and then of course Morency, number 3. Those are their 2 guys. They're their battery. They make everything go. But I tell you what, it's going to be, the challenge is there. I mean, we have an opportunity to get better because we're going up against a team like this, and I think Pella Christian is absolutely loaded this year. I haven't tried to lie to our guys or anything. They see the film too, but we also think that we're a pretty competitive team, and we're going to get better too. So we look at it as a great opportunity to go out there and sharpen our skills.
What do you have to stop with the Pella Christian offense?
Well, I mean, without a doubt, it's number 31 and number 3. And now here's the thing. Here's the whip to it. You do a good job of locking in on those 2. Number 1. it might not matter because, Cacarency is so big and physical and the number 31 kid's so fast. But, if you can contain them in the run game, there's nothing keeping big Cacarency from firing one down the field either. So it's a challenge. It is an absolute challenge on defense to stop those guys. What we're hoping to do on offense is just get out there, play really physical, and maintain possession so that we can keep it out of their offense's hand as long as we can.
So you want a lot of ball control this week for yourselves?
Yeah. That is the key to the game. I really believe that. No turnovers. Win the turnover battle. That would be just an exceptional. Something that we could. How would I put this? Capitalize off of. We can win the turnover battle. But the bottom line is, to beat these guys, we're going to have to play perfect, and that's what we've been. Coaches, we've been talking about that all week. In order to beat these guys, we would have to play perfect, and that's just the way it is because they do have some guys out there.
And flipping back to last week for one quick message, the game kind of came down to one play late in the game. Newton was with a third down situation, and I think about 8 yards to go. And then they connected on a long pass play, but it was a one-touchdown game at that time, and that kind of put the game away late.
Yeah, that was a blown coverage. We had two guys right there, and again, like I said, we kind of spent a lot of time getting the guys to the right spot, but I think it's a matter of getting them to do how to make the play when they get to the right spot, and so that was another thing that we focused on in terms of coverage too. That particular case, it was two linebackers on a guy who made a good catch in traffic. But yeah, I mean, if you watch that play on film, it's like we're there, but then when we go to make the play, we look very, very unathletic, for lack of a better term. But some of those are skills that you can get better on or better at, and that's what we did all week. We just kind of practiced those point of making a play or not making a play type of skills, the close contact, the inches, so to speak, in the game of football that matter the most.
What do you see this game coming down to at the very end? Do you feel like it'll be an offensive shootout, or do you think the defenses take control?
No, I think honestly, if we can hang around with them in the first half, and not be behind by a whole bunch, I think that it's going to be a heck of a game. But if they're doing whatever they want and we can't make tackles, it's going to be a long night for PCM Mustangs. I know that. But I got faith in our guys. I got faith in our coaching staff. So I think we're going to make it interesting.
And you sure look sharp in those home new uniforms. And do you have new digs for the road?
We do. We actually have a set of white jerseys that we'll wear on the road too, and so that'll be nice. The guys actually they like the look of the white one better.
Well, you look good in the maroon.
That's the problem, Perry. It's supposed to be crimson. But good luck finding crimson out there in any sort of retail store. I mean, I think Alabama is the only one that owns the patent on that because there's a bunch of different crimson-looking things.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Greg.
You bet, Perry. Take care.
Okay.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities, coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
Gilchrist Jewett & Pella is your local source for windows from trusted manufacturers including Marvin, Anderson, Gherkin, and Silverline. They also stock and supply the top-of-the-line composite decking materials from TimberTech and Westbury Railings for a relaxing, family-friendly, and minimum maintenance area to enjoy for decades. As always, Gilchrist Jewett welcomes all contractors and homeowners alike for all your quality lumber, building supplies, flooring, cabinets, garage doors, and more in Pella.
Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Come check out America's locally grown wireless at US Cellular. Visit Strawver Cellular, a US Cellular authorized agent located at 826 Main Street in Pella.
Have you still not tried the restaurant delivery service right here in Pella, Delivery.com? They have more than a dozen local partners ready to bring hot and fresh food right to you, wherever you are. At home, at the office. Heck, they even deliver food to our broadcast crew right at the stadium. And the more I use Delivery.com, the more I love it. They send me coupons all the time for free delivery or a few bucks off my next meal. I've got to eat, but I don't want to cook. Delivery.com is the perfect solution. Try them out today. You'll get hooked just like I am. Delivery.com.
Ecoff with the drive in the center field. Walk off ball. Unbelievable. Randall Roofing raised the roof moment of the game as back-to-back innings. Emma Ecoff homers.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Pole barns were originally engineered in the 1930s. Over the years, the materials and techniques have been vastly improved. Modern-day construction makes for versatile buildings used for housing, commercial use, or storage. Dutch Mill Supply is your pole barn specialist.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
Welcome to our Smash Park Radio pregame show. This interview is powered by Hy-Vee. We're joined now by Rich Kakmarinsky, head coach of the 2-0 Pella Christian Eagles, in front of the Highway 163 rivalry matchup with PCM. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Boy, you guys are off to such a great start this year. How's the week been getting ready for the Mustang?
Really good, really good. I felt like we exited the game last Friday night against Panorama injury-free, which was a great thing. So I felt like we just kind of rolled, we pushed practice back a little bit later on Monday for Labor Day, give our guys just a little bit of rest, and I feel like they came right back to work, and so we've had a great week of practice. I'm sure some of that has to do with the fact that we are playing PCM and a little bit extra focus and a little bit extra attention. But yeah, I feel real good about where we're at, and as you mentioned, it's an exciting game. It has been for a long time, and looking forward to tonight.
Well, you guys, again, are rolling, but as a coach, I know that you're never satisfied with exactly where you're at. What are some of the small things that you guys are working on that can take you to that next level?
Actually, I thought we did not play as well in the D-line as I wanted to last week against Panorama. We didn't play off blocks as well as we needed to, so that's something we really worked hard on this week. So I'd like to, we're going to be sorely tested tonight against PCM. They have a nice back and a nice offensive line. So I think our defensive line, we challenged them to grow. Offensively, we did not throw the ball well against Panorama. We threw the ball well against DMC. We were 9 of 12 against DMC and really looked sharp. I thought we were just a little off against Panorama, so that's been a point of emphasis for us this week. And we had a great week of practice, so I'm expecting better things in the passing game offensively. And then kicking game-wise, there's always a bazillion things you can work on in the kicking game. But I thought we covered kicks better. I thought we kicked the ball better, punted the ball better against Panorama. But we got, obviously in a good ball game, the kicking game is so critical to field position and things like that. So that'll be another point of emphasis for us this week.
Well, as we look at the offense, you kind of answered the next question, but I'll ask it anyway. You're rushing for over 500 yards per game, which is incredible. But it's, you need to be able to throw the football as well too. How much do you intend to rely on the running game, and how much do you need the passing game to chip in?
Well, I said to our team earlier this week, I said our passing game is not in a critical situation. We're not in an emergency situation. I feel like we were off in the passing game by about 6 inches in about 100 milliseconds, which I thought we worked really hard this week to gain those 6 inches and to gain that timing. So I just felt like our timing is a little bit off. So I feel real good about it. We know against a good football team, you're going to have to be able to run it and throw it, and that's how we want to be. We have good receivers. We have a 3-year returning starter at quarterback. He's got experience. He's got a nice arm. He's got a nice set of legs too, but he's got a nice arm. So we're going to run it and we're going to throw it, and that's not just against PCM, but really for the rest of the year. So I'm really proud of how hard the kids worked this week. I think you're going to see an improved passing attack and hopefully an improved running attack too.
Well, as we break down the matchup, as you look at PCM defensively, what specifically might be there offensively for the Eagles tonight?
Well, that's a great question. I think PCM, Coach Bonnet is a defensive mind, always has kind of a little wrinkle or, trick up his sleeve. It seems to throw our way. So I'm going to refrain from that until after the game. They play good defense, got a good front, they got good speed in the back end. So I guess I don't know. Maybe Hayden Fry, we're going to scratch weird itches type of thing. Obviously, we're going to look to run the football and throw the football, but we'll see what happens. Some of it might depend on what PCM decides to try and take away.
As we go to the other side of the ball, PCM's quarterback situation's been in a little bit of flux, still waiting to get their senior Augie Stock back. What do you expect out of them offensively tonight, and how do we slow the Mustangs down?
Well, I expect them to come out, getting after it, running and throwing. I think that's kind of their MO. I think they want to do both. I think they're going to try and sling it around. I think they're going to try and run the ball. They got a diamond back formation, full house backfield. So I think they're going to try and run the ball there. But their quarterback can throw. We got some nice receivers. So, defensively, we just got to play, honest, square up, as they say. We got to defend both aspects. I don't think we can fall asleep for 1 second because they got the horses to make you pay if we don't do that. So, like I said, we worked hard on our defense this week. I hope to see a much improved defensive unit out there, which is going to take to slow down PCM.
And you mentioned special teams, always things to work on. Is there any area tonight that's of particular importance?
Well, I think with the amount of speed that PCM has, kick coverage is always a big concern. So kickoff coverage, punt cover, that's probably a point of emphasis for me. I feel like we're kicking the ball well. I feel like we're punting the ball well. So hopefully we can just be error-free in the kicking game. And I'd like to unleash we got some nice speed in our returners as well. We haven't seen yet, but I'd like to maybe see if we can crack one on one of our kickoff returns or punt returns as well.
It should be a fun one with the Highway 163 rivalry, Pella Christian PCM. Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And that's Rich Kakmarinsky. This interview powered by Hy-Vee, and we'll be back on Eagle Lane for more of our Smash Park Radio pregame show right after this on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Come check out America's locally grown wireless at US Cellular. Visit Strawver Cellular, a US Cellular authorized agent located at 826 Main Street in Pella.
Hello, this is Brady Van Coten with DB Equipment. We are located 6 miles outside Pella on Highway 163 in Otley. We are an authorized Gale dealer with new and used Gale machines. We also offer new and used Brush Wolf mowers, grapples, buckets, and many other skid steer attachments to fit your needs. DB Equipment also specializes in sales and service of used heavy equipment, skid steers, telehandlers, forklifts, excavators, aerial lifts, and many other types of farm and construction equipment. Visit dbequipmentinc.com for your details today.
Thanks for listening to the Smash Park Radio pregame show on KNIA, KRLS.com. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of Pella. We're just moments away from the opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. Real quick, let's talk about our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. And JD, we talked a little bit about it at the open, but just the overwhelming key to this game. We heard it from both coaches in our pregame interviews. Pella Christian wants to run the ball. Greg Bonnet said we tackled poorly last week against Newton. Can they find a way to wrap up the Eagles, or is it going to be a bunch of big plays out of Isaac Kakmarinsky, Benny Schurz, and company?
Right. I mean, obviously PCM looks across the field and says we got to find a way to stop the run game. For me, I'm looking at first down in that regard, right? I mean, Pella Christian wants to run the ball on first down, keep themselves in manageable downs, and if PCM can have some success defensively, slowing them down on first down in the run game, I think this game shifts because I think that forces the Eagles to go to the air, and in that case, it's anybody's ball game. So. And
my apologies to PCM fans. I did not see last week's game between PCM and Newton. We got duped by the varsity-bound stats. Augie Stock did play last week, so this is his second game of action in 2022. A little bit of the point still stands, however. I mean, you know, when you've had that kind of an injury, you're limited in action. He's still trying to get his footing underneath him.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and that's going to be big for them too, because he's so integral to everything that they do on offense, whether it's him running the football or looking to get the ball down the field through the air. He's got to be comfortable back there. He's got to be confident and be the athlete that he is.
All right, that's our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. And again, that wraps up the Smash Park radio pregame show. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of Pella. PCM will be kicking it off from left to right. They had a question mark at kicker in the starting lineup. And number 65, who's not listed in the roster, boots it away. And it's taken at the 15-yard line by Peyton Ritzert. Breaks one tackle on the near sideline, and he's across the 40 and taken down at the 44-yard line. Let's get you the starting lineups for Pella Christian offensively. Presented by Menninga Pest Control. Isaac Kakmarinsky, the senior quarterback. Junior tailback Benny Schurz. The two wide receivers are Jack Fancher and Peyton Ritzert. Trevor Veenstra and Isaiah Breams at tight end. And the offensive line, 4 seniors and a sophomore. Left to right, Owen Menninga, Elliot Menninga, Mitchell Van Zee, Colton Voss, and Toby Steen will set the PCM defense in just a moment. First down and 10 for Isaac Kakmarinsky and the Eagles, starting at the 45-yard line from right to left. Snap to Kak, design quarterback run, gets around the right side, has some room at the 50, and he's undercut right there after a 5-yard gain. Gabe Hobbs, a junior, coming up to make the stop after a 5-yard pickup at midfield.
Yeah, that time they're just hoping that Isaac Kakmarinsky is fast enough to get to the edge. He does get 5, not a whole lot more there. So, again, a decent start to the game for the Eagles.
Defensively for PCM, Donovan Nicholson and Jacob Wendt are the ends. Trenner Van Dyke and Caden Clark are defensive linemen, with the linebackers William Vanderpool, Elias Noren, Gabriel Hobbs, and Gavin Van Gorp. Motion and a handoff coming around the left end. There is no running room there. Well guarded by PCM as Peyton Ritzert is stopped for a 1-yard loss. And as we go to 3rd and 4, that defensive secondary for PCM, Gavin Fenton, Griffin Olson, and Braden Nessa. And those are your starting lineups. Pella Christian offense, PCM defense, presented by Menninga Pest Control, and a 3rd and 6 after the loss of 1. Kakmarinsky with the running back to his right. Motion again out of Ritzert from far to near. This time they fake it to him on the zone read. It's Kak straight ahead. He's gobbled up by a swarm of PCM defenders. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. And what's your early thought on Coach Kak in these situations?
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I think they're going to punt the ball, especially early on in the game. You don't want to give the Mustangs any momentum. So it does look like the punt team's heading out there. So that's a big-time win for the Mustangs. If the Eagles can get this punt off, it's only the 2nd punt of the season, right? So to get that right away in the first quarter, the Mustangs are feeling really good about that.
Trevor Veenstra standing at his own 36-yard line. Want to thank Dutch Mill Supply in Pella for sponsoring the opening kick. They're also going to sponsor the opening punt. High snap. Veenstra brings it in and just gets it away before it gets blocked. And it is a beauty that lands at the 20, rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line. It's down right there. There's also a flag back by Trevor where he let that go at the 34-yard line. And that almost certainly, JD, has to be a penalty on PCM, and it is.
That's one of the most eventful punt plays you're ever going to see, because that was near disaster. The ball almost went over Veenstra's head. He did an incredible athletic play to get his hands on it and then get the punt away. And as you mentioned, it rolls all the way down to the 5. It's a brilliant punt. And now there's going to be a penalty on top of this. And it looks like it's just running into the kicker, right? So that's just a 5-yarder, but it's enough for the first down. So eventful 4th down punt play right there, and the Eagles are taking advantage of that.
Well, you never want it to happen, but in the end, that high snap ended up helping the Eagles. Had it been a clean snap, there wouldn't have been time for the PCM defender to get in and have a play on the ball. Wouldn't have committed the penalty, and here comes Pella Christian right back out on offense. No score. We do have our first Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Pleasantville 7, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, nothing early first quarter. Kakmarinsky out of the shotgun takes a snap. Swing pass left side to Schurz. This is a running play. Breaks through a tackle. Breaks through another 2 PCM defenders inside the 25. And he's down to the 20-yard line. So that's a 23-yard run for Benny Schurz. And that's what Greg Bonnet was talking about in our pregame. The guys were there, JD. They just did not make a tackle.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, we can see it right in front of us. They were there. They had this thing. I was thinking, that's going for no gain. And somehow, and Benny Schurz has got some wiggle to him. You know, he found his way through there, broke a couple tackles, got a big gain out of that, but the Mustangs got to make that tackle.
First down and 10 at the 20 as the Eagles are inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. It's a handoff to Schurz, and he twists his way down to the 16 for a 4-yard gain. You are listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on we're on the KRLS 2 stream tonight. We're also on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, and we're live on Pella TV. Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa. Again, inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Second down and 6 from the 16. Back to the ground with Schurz off the left side. Penetrates into the second level. Tripped up, falls forward to the 11 for a gain of 5, 3rd and 1.
You know, last week the Eagles were at Panorama. They scored 9 touchdowns without taking a snap inside the red zone.
Wow.
So here we go.
What a stat. That's the
crazy.
stat of the year.
They all were big runs. So now we'll see what this red zone offense looks like as a couple decent gains sets up a 3rd and short.
And it's 3rd and 2. They say Schurz down at the 12. Motion out of Ritzert on the zone read. Keeper by Kack, and that was played perfectly by Joel Greiner, the senior defensive end. Just swallows up Isaac Kack-Marinsky in the backfield. They'll say no gain, 4th and 2.
We've seen Joel Greiner, Trent Irvin Dyke, Donovan Nicholson. They're kind of the big-time players on the defensive line there for PCM, and they're making some big plays. They've been in on a ton of tackles. So great job by the Mustangs. Sets up a huge 4th down.
4th down and 2. Eagles have it at the 12 of the Mustangs, and it's a handoff, left side run. Schurz has the first down as he goes off left tackle for a 7-yard gain. It'll set up 1st down and goal to go following the Menninga boys.
That's
left
right.
tackle and left guard.
Yep, Owen Menninga and Elliot Menninga. That's kind of where they go when they need a big play, and that certainly was a big play. The Eagles got a good kick game, but you see them keep it on the ground on 4th down and pick up the 1st down. 1st
down and goal at the 5, right to left for Pella Christian. And the snap to Kack-Marinsky, right side roll. Looks like he wants to throw, dumps it down. Veenstra makes the catch, and he tumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard pass from Kack-Marinsky to Veenstra to open the scoring.
And that's, you know, I know this because they lead the state in touchdowns. That's the 18th touchdown now for the Eagles. It's the first one through the air. It wasn't one of those big bombs, but a nice little play. Trevor Veenstra has been huge for this team. Really in the blocking game, he does a great job. This time he leaks out towards the pylon. Kack-Marinsky puts it on the numbers, and he sticks it in the end zone.
And with 7:36 remaining in the opening quarter, Fancher's extra point is up and good, and Pella Christian strikes first. The Eagles on their home field here on Eagle Lane have a 7-0 lead. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com. KNIA-KRLS.com.
Hey, this is Ashley at Brown Shoe Fit Pella. We have a lot of new shoes and bags arriving daily at Brown Shoe Fit Pella. Our Bourne, Soft, and Riker shoes and booties are coming in daily. We have also received the latest shoes from OnCloud and Hoka, and they look and feel amazing. Did you know Brown Shoe Fit Pella has Vera Bradley, Baglooney, Sherpani, and Hobo bags? No matter what style you are looking for, we have it. Brown Shoe Fit Pella, located on the south side of the square, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6, and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4.
What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Sounds like you've got all the excuses. Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're lies. And you stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have the will. You make the time to get it done. You be relentless.
Everything is uphill that's worthwhile, so say goodbye to the excuses. Welcome greatness.
Brand appeal. Relentless for you.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. The ensuing kickoff after the Trevor Veenstra touchdown is into the end zone for a touchback. It's Pella Christian 7 and PCM 0. And here come the Mustangs onto the field. Let's set the colors of the game, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Company. And PCM in their brand new home whites with the crimson numerals, the white helmets, and Pella Christian is in the maroon jerseys with the gold lettering and gold numerals, the gold pants and the gold helmets. So white and crimson of PCM and the maroon and gold of Pella Christian. First down handoff is good for 1 yard. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. The ball carrier there is Gavin Fenton for PCM.
Yeah, again, not much there on 1st down, but you see them go to the ground, and I want to see Augie Stock throw the ball. Let's see what this looks like when they go to the air.
And now on 2nd down, they go back to the ground. Not much there against the interior of the Eagles' defensive front. We'll try to catch the number. Looks like it's Fenton again to bring up 2nd down and 8 after a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, and I believe it's Veenstra there on the defensive line. You know, Coach Cack talked about the defensive line too, that he wanted to see them step up and improve through 2 plays. Really nice job from those guys up front.
Interesting that Fenton is listed as a starting wide receiver. Yeah. He's gotten both carries. Now they run the zone read with Augie Stock out the left side. He's met by Benny Schurz, but not before he crosses the 30 to the 33-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain and a 1st down. JD, let me set this PCM offense. Our starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Stock at quarterback. The listed starters at running back are Adrian Robbins and Jacob Wendt. The tight end, Gavin Van Gorp. The wide receivers, Griffin Olson and Gavin Fenton. The offensive line, the center is Tate Birkenholtz. The guards are Donovan Nicholson and Trenner Van Dyke. The tackles, Mark Bussin and Wyatt Shuddy. They go back to the ground, and there is absolutely nothing in the middle of that PC defense. And the ball carrier that time was Fenton again for no gain. He's got 3 carries for 2 yards. The Pella Christian defense, Drew Van Coten, Isaiah Breams, Austin Van Zolen, and Trevor Veenstra up front. Cack, Cooper Sprunk, and Josiah Deal, the backers. Fancher and Colin Vanderwall, the corners. Benny Schurz and Peyton Ritzer are the safeties. And there's another run play, this time out to the right side. Fenton just getting nothing going. Tried to stretch it to the edge. Lost 3 yards. 3rd and 13.
Yeah, you know, both offenses like to move fast. You know, we look down for a second and another play's going, and we love that. You know, we're going to see a lot of football here tonight, a lot of plays. PCM struggling with the ground game, but last 3rd down you saw Augie Stock use his legs. The Eagles got to find a way to contain him.
And now they go with 3 wide receivers out to the left, and they run Stock on a quarterback draw. Picks up decent yardage, and then he stood up at the 38-yard line. That is an 8-yard gain. Brings up 4th down and 5, and it looks like PCM prepared to punt.
Yeah, that play was actually blocked really well, and I thought Augie Stock did a nice job of just getting what he could. You know, it was only 7 or 8 yards. But, you know, they don't pick up the 1st down, but it is important for field position. Good tackle there from Peyton Ritzer to set up this punt.
Our starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
And now PCM to punt, and it's a high hanging punt. That's brought in at the 26-yard line. 1 broken tackle across the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Also want to thank Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Company for sponsoring tonight's Colors of the Game, offering the largest selection of quality lumber, building supplies, and specialty products. Located in Pella, Gilchrist Jewett is Iowa's building headquarters. JD, one thing to watch on that punt by PCM, Augie Stock is the lone up man there. So, I mean, it would not be surprising if at some point in this game they snapped it to Stock and let him do something with it.
That's right. You know, high school football, you always got to look out for those things. You know, Tim Tebow used to do that a little bit too, right? Everybody got fired up that Tim Tebow was the up man in the NFL.
Hey, have a guy that's a ball carrier or a thrower out there.
That's right.
1st and 10 for the Eagles out of the ground with Schurz. Hesitation move in the backfield. Crosses the 40. Picks up 6 yards to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 4.
Man, Benny is such a patient runner, and that's really been the big step that he's made. Beyond getting faster and stronger, he lets his blocks develop in front of him and finds those holes. And, you know, let's not forget, the Eagles really had a 3-and-out the first time they took the field. They got that penalty that gave them the 1st down. They're able to punch it in, but we'll see if they can find a rhythm here.
7-0 Pella Christian leads with 4:17 remaining in the 1st quarter, and they go to Schurz again. Runs right up the middle, crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line. That is a 5-yard pickup. And that'll move the chains. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Yeah, this is an Eagles team that coming into this game is averaging a ridiculous 12 yards a carry. I mean,
crazy.
Obviously not sustainable. I think Coach Cack is happy to see these runs right here. Give him 5 or 6 yards, a cloud of dust, and keep that ball moving.
And now they spread the field with 5 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 3 to the left on the bottom of your screen. And Kakmarinsky takes the snap. They look to throw, fires it left side, and it's just out of the reach and incomplete complete near midfield. His intended target was Jack Fancher, and it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Griffin Olsen was there on defense, and I thought PCM covered that one really well. And credit to them, right? Because they know that they're going to see a lot of run plays. They got to be ready for the pass, can't get caught off guard. They were all over that one. Even if Fancher caught that pass, there wasn't a whole lot happening.
5 wide receivers again. 4 down linemen. You wonder if quarterback draw is somewhere in the cards here. Now they send Schurz in motion, fake the handoff to him. It's Kakmarinsky on a keeper, and well played coming off the edge. It's Donovan Nicholson, the senior, to make the play. He did not bite on the fake to Schurz. He had one responsibility, eyes on number 3, and he brought him down for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, Nicholson has been all over the field already. You know, it's hard to miss him with these long locks. You got some great hair. I'd do anything for that hair.
The hair, you and I were not there, JD. The hair is coming back, my friend.
That's right. And he's a big-time player out there, too.
3rd down and 11 at the 45. Kakmarinsky rolls out left, looking downfield, and he'll fire at the last moment. It's tipped and incomplete. His intended target was Peyton Ritzert, and it got knocked away. I believe that was Easton Webb on the coverage.
No, it was Griffin Olsen.
Thank you.
I got it. You know, he was looking for Ritzert up over the top, you know, and he almost had him. It was kind of a dangerous throw. Really good coverage by Olsen. So that's a couple times that he's been here on this corner, been solid, made good plays. And again, they force a big punt.
So last time Pella Christian tried to punt, it was a high snap, which led to a running into the kicker. This time it's a good snap, another good kick, and it lands inside the 20, takes a Pella Christian roll, picked up on a hop at the 8 and coming to the near sideline at the 16-yard line. So PCM will start at the 16, left to right, 1st and 10, trailing Pella Christian 7-0 with 3:19 to go here in the first quarter. Do want to thank our friends at Delivery.com for providing dinner for JD and I tonight from Dutch Fix in Pella. I mean, you can't go wrong with the chicken strips, JD. I did the Chick Fix sandwich. We had some Poffergies for dessert.
Awesome.
Love it. Love getting food delivered right to the box.
Bacon. I had bacon on my Poffergie. Maybe I'm new to this whole Poffergie thing, but that's outstanding stuff.
I had the s'mores Poffergies. Lights out. Thanks to Dutch Fix and our friends at Delivery.com. Here's a handoff to Fenton. I mean, right now, this is just brick wall city for PCM as they run into the PC defense. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you look at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's winning the line of scrimmage? And I think on both sides of the field, it's been the Eagles who have consistently won. They certainly did there, and it allows their linebackers, Cooper Spronk that time, to flow and make the tackle.
Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter on 2nd down and 9. They run a play action, and now a throw by Stock. It's intercepted by Ritzert, and he's inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Augie tried to pump fake Ritzert off the play. It didn't work, and the Eagles get an INT.
You know, Stock took his drop, faked the handoff, and he wanted to throw a quick hitch. And he pump faked it because he knew that Ritzert was there, and I thought, man, that's the experience of a veteran quarterback. He rolled out, and unfortunately, he just made the throw that he knew he shouldn't have made 2 seconds earlier. Ritzert was still right there. Good defense by Ritzert, but that time Augie Stock's going to want that one back as he kind of gave him a gift on that one.
His first throw of the day is our first turnover of the game. 2:46 remaining in the first quarter. Pella Christian has a 7-0 lead and the ball inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Kakmarinsky takes a snap. They go to the ground with Schurz. Cuts it out to the right. Now darts back inside. Taken down at the 15 for a 4-yard gain. 7 carries, 53 yards for number 31.
You know, he's just so efficient. I think we had William Vanderpool on the tackle there. The thing about Benny Schurz is he's like 6'3". You know, he's a big, tall kid, maybe 6'4". Hopefully he'll be an athlete and dunk a few.
Other sports, right? One in particular?
Yeah, that's right. But he always falls forward, you know, and that's like an extra 2 yards every time he falls forward.
2nd down and let's call it 6. They go straight ahead this time, and they pick up a couple more yards. This is meant as no disrespect to Coach Kack, because he has a little more football knowledge in his little finger than I'll ever have, but was a little surprised on that last drive that they came to the passing game after they had picked up a couple of first downs, just running it straight ahead. Now we go back to the ground.
Yep, you know, I think they're trying to force that passing game a little bit, but it's the ground game that's making it happen.
3rd down and 4. They go to the ground again. Schurz off the left side. He bounces it to the edge, fighting for extra yardage. He stood up shy of the 10 at the 12, so he picks up 2 yards. We're into 4th and Now 4th and 2. Yeah. The Eagles went for it on their last series, picked it up on their way to the Veenstra touchdown.
Yeah, this is about the exact same situation with 4th and 2. Jack Fancher's a capable kicker. He can go out there and make it. But I think Coach Kack would like to see him put 7 on the board.
4th down and 2. Kack-Marinsky has Schurz to his right, and it's Kack on a right side quarterback run. He's got the first down and falls forward to the 7 for a gain of 4. The Eagles are 0 of 4 on 3rd downs, 2 of 2 on 4th downs.
Yeah, and those are big-time plays. Puts them inside the 10. We get 1st and goal. Good-looking play there from the Eagles. And one thing, you know, Benny Schurz is an outstanding back. But when you get in these spots, a lot of times it's Kack-Marinsky, and that's what's so hard to defend is you don't know who's getting the ball because both of those guys are capable runners. Both of them are top 5 runners in the state right now in terms of yardage. That time, Kack-Marinsky gets it done.
Goal-to-go situation. Kack-Marinsky on the ground with Schurz. He's bear-hugged from behind and tackled at the 5 for a 2-yard gain. We do have a quick Stravers Cellular instant radio update. 4:39 left in the first quarter. Indianola 7, Pella 0. That game is live on 92.1 KRLS. They are going to have to run another play. 23 on the play clock, 24 on the game clock. And 2nd and goal for Pella Christian at the PCM 5-yard line. Right to left for the Eagles. Fancher comes in motion from right to left. Kack-Marinsky hands it off, trying to turn the edge. Stiff arms the defender and driven out of bounds. Well played on the edge by PCM. Just did not give any ground. And Ritzert, pardon me, I may have said Fancher. It's Ritzert on that play. And they mark him out of bounds at the 7. So he actually lost a couple of yards. Yeah, and that may be the final play of the quarter.
Well, the clock stops, right? Because he went out of bounds.
You got it, yep.
Okay, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, yeah, it's early in the season, right, man? We haven't gotten Sunday football. You know,
right.
We need a little more football in our lives before we get this stuff
We need a lot
back.
more football in our lives. Here's a handoff to Benny Schurz on a left side run.
Wow, good defense.
And again, that defensive line for PCM, it's Joel Greiner this time in on the tackle. That's good for 2 yards. But it brings up a 4th down and goal at the 5. So that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Our score is Pella Christian 7, PCM nothing. Going to quarter number 2 inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Pella Christian 7, PCM 0, and the first play of the second quarter is set to be a Pella Christian field goal attempt. It'll be from the far left hash. This is a tough angle for the left-footed kicker, Jack Fancher. It is a 22-yard field goal try. Snap, spot, kick, plenty of leg, and good.
Well done.
Are we short an official, JD? Just one referee underneath the goalpost signals, hands up, it's good.
Yeah, that was really weird. Maybe, who knows? I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but maybe that's what happens on field goals instead of PATs. But good job. That's the first field goal attempt of the season for Jack Fancher. He's got a great leg. You know, we've seen it. He already has a touchback on his kickoffs. So he's a weapon that the Eagles haven't really used as much. And offensively, it hasn't been smooth sailing for Pella Christian, at least as it has been earlier on in the season. But they have taken advantage of 2 mistakes, put 10 points on the board. pretty decent start for PC.
Well, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, those mistakes that JD is talking about after Pella Christian was stopped on a 3-and-out on the opening series of the game. A running into the kicker gave Pella Christian the ball back, and they took advantage with a Trevor Veenstra touchdown reception to go up 7-0 after the Eagles punted again. August Stock threw an interception. It led to a short drive, but points for PC. The field goal by Fancher. It's 10-0 Eagles, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And now the Fancher kickoff from left to right, end over end boot, and playable at the 5. Up the numbers, near side to the 20, and slipping through at the 25, near sideline 30, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A nice return for PCM. And that will set them up 1st and 10 at the 35.
I believe it's Gabe Hobbs. You'll have to work with us a little bit. Some of these numbers are a little different. Probably something with the new jerseys that they have. But Gabe Hobbs, nice return there. Good blocking out in front of him. And now this PCM offense has to find some rhythm here.
Mustangs turned it over on their last series. They had picked up 1 first down before a punt on their first series. And a high snap. Stock in trouble. Escapes some pressure. Going out to the right. Kakmarinsky is there, and he brings him down in the backfield for a loss of 4 yards.
Yeah, quarterback on quarterback right there in the backfield as Stock was trying to get out to the right. Kakmarinsky, who is also a great linebacker, is the one who chased him down. Those are 2 of the best athletes in small high school Iowa football right now. And those guys are going to be making plays all over the field tonight.
2nd down and 13, as they say. It was a 3-yard loss, and now a whistle. Do we get motion up front there, JD?
It's actually going to be an offsides on Austin Van Zulen. Yeah, right. So they get those 5 yards back.
Let's give you a quick Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Pleasantville at the end of the first quarter leads EBF 7-0. A Kenson Fuller 63-yard touchdown run. Extra point no good. Indianola leads Pella 7-6. That's with 3:42 left in the first quarter. And now PCM goes to the ground, running around the right side up to the 42-yard line. And let's check the ball carrier. They continue to use Gavin Fenton, I believe. Yes. And that's good for a 4-yard pickup. It's 3rd down and 4. And the snap to Stock. Right side roll. And hesitation move and a run. And he picks up 3 of those yards up to the 45-yard line. And now PCM will have 4th down and 1.
Man, good pursuit and tackling there from the Eagles as you see a bunch of different guys in on the tackle. I believe it's Spencer Verplug, who was maybe the first one to get him. That's a big play, sets up a 4th down. And at about midfield here, this could be a big-time swing.
Wow, that is a really weird formation. And then a delayed snap by PCM cost them 5 yards. Looked almost like they had a guard off the line of scrimmage, and then a fullback right behind him, and then everybody moved, and then the snap came.
You know what? And on the 3rd down play, I was trying to make sense of it. They kind of had a funky formation there, too, where it looks like a lineman is off the line of scrimmage, and then somebody next to him, like a tight end, is up on the line of scrimmage. Some weird stuff. I love it. I wish more football coaches did it. We'll see if we can figure it out a little bit.
Now the punt from PCM, another good one. And the catch is made at the 20-yard line. Now a left to right move. Benny Schurz, and he just head of steam, runs over a defender out to the 39-yard line. The 2 other games that we're following tonight on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, 7:30 kickoffs. Knoxville at Carlisle, and a big one in Norwalk tonight. Defending state champion and 2nd-ranked Lewis Central on the road against number 4 Norwalk. We'll be following all those games tonight on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All right, here it's 10-0 Pella Christian. 10 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr with you live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And the Eagles, when we get out of this huddle on the near sideline, will have a 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're going to be...
And we're going to re-kick here, J.D.
No, I think...
Or did we get the...
No, what happened? So
Catch me up, yeah.
It was kind of weird, you know, when the refs don't have that mic to let everybody know. They called a face mask, and it must have happened with the blocking up front for the punt team. So PC gets 15 extra yards on top of the return, so they're going to get great field position. Another crucial mistake from PCM.
At the PCM 46-yard line, jet sweep around the right side. A little bit of wiggle room that time for Colin Vanderwall as he picks up 3 to the Mustang 43.
Yeah, it looks like it's Elias Nolan who's there on the tackle. Again, nice job from PCM. That pursuit on the defense has been great. The Eagles have gotten some stuff out of Schurz, but not a whole lot else, you know. But they got 10 points on the board that they can hang their hat on. But I think they want to get this offense in gear and start figuring some things out.
9:34 to go here in the second quarter. Pella Christian a 10-0 lead. Snap to Cack. Handoff left side to Benny Schurz. Crosses the 40. As you talked about earlier, JD, falls forward to the 38 and picks up 5.
Man, it's one of those things, you know, some running backs are just different, right? You can see it all the way up from the NFL to college football to high school. It's those guys that can fall forward and get those couple yards at the end of plays. That's what separates good players from great players, and that's one of the big steps that Benny Schurz has made. And it's the reason why, if he can stay healthy and keep doing what he's doing, he's going to be one of the top rushers in the state this year.
3rd down and 2, 4 downs territory certainly for the Eagles here at the 38-yard line. They go to Schurz, right side run. He's hit, breaks a tackle, and has the first down. He slipped through the first man, which is, that's a tough ask to make an arm tackle in the backfield, and Benny gets 3 and a first down.
Yeah, Benny's just been so reliable there. He probably had enough block to maybe pick up a yard. But he ends up getting 4, right? And that's, again, the sign of a good back, picking up the first down, moving the chains. This is a drive that the Eagles want to see end up in the end zone.
10-0 Pella Christian leads. Kakmarinsky on the snap, rolls out to the left, gets a nice block from Benny, and now fires it downfield. They've got a first down with Veenstra inside the 20. He's holding up 6 white-shirted PCM defenders before he's finally brought down at the 13-yard line.
Man, by the end of it, 9 of the 11 defenders were right around Trevor Veenstra hopping on the bile. He's this fullback / tight end, does a lot of blocking, but now he gets his second catch, and that's the element that the Eagles have been looking for. Good blocking up front. I thought Benny Schurz laid a great block to free up Kakmarinsky to make the pass.
Eagles into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone for the 3rd time today. They've gotten a touchdown from Veenstra, a field goal from Fancher, and now it's 1st down and 10 at the 12. From left to right, Kakmarinsky takes the snap, near side, right side rollout, and he's hit and taken down. Really nice play again. I imagine we're going to call Donovan Nicholson's name a lot tonight, JD.
You know, he plays defensive end. He's a little undersized, not a big guy, but he's strong. He's quick. He can get to the edge. He's not letting Kakmarinsky get away from him. That was the same play that the Eagles scored a touchdown on. Tried to go back to it, but that time very well defended from the Mustangs.
That was a passing play, but it'll go as a negative 1-yard rush. Kakmarinsky, who averages 13 yards per carry, has just 10 yards on 6 carries tonight. Here's a 2nd down and 11. And they go back to Benny. Left side run. He cuts it into the middle and gets 2 to the 11. The interior of that PCM defensive line playing really well.
It's outstanding. It's a physical game out there, because that's one thing that the Eagles have done well in the 2 games that I've seen. They've been really physical up front. They've dominated the line of scrimmage, but PCM isn't holding back. I mean, these guys are pinning their ears back. They're finding ways to stuff the run game and force PC to do some different things offensively.
On a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update, Indianola leads Pella 13-6 late first quarter. Kakmarinsky to throw, 3rd and goal, wide open receiver, and it's dropped by Colin Vanderwall. Had to try to climb the ladder in the back left corner of the end zone. Couldn't hang on, incomplete. It is 4th and 9.
Wow, I mean, the Eagles are kicking themselves there because they caught PCM sleeping. They ran the fade route. Kakmarinsky put a great ball out there. And Colin Vanderwall, you know, he probably could have let it come into his body, but he did the right thing. He went up to go get the ball, just slips right through his hands. That's the 2nd drop that the Eagles have had on big passing plays this season, and that's tough.
With 6:34 to go in the first half, Jack Fancher on for another field goal try, left-footed boot. This is a 27-yard effort. It's up and good, and Pella Christian stretches its lead to 13-0. We'll take a timeout inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA, KRLS.com.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Stravers Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Stravers Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com. Fancher kicking off from left to right. It's a line drive kick that's caught at the 5. Near side up the numbers across the 15, stumbling at the 20 and taken down at the 22-yard line. Let's give you a Pella Motors game reset. 6 minutes, 22 seconds on the first half clock. Pella Christian 13, PCM 0, and the Mustangs will start 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line on a Pella Motors game reset.
Man, it feels like this game is flying by, right?
It is.
Holy smokes, it's crazy. And, you know, if you're the Mustangs, you're thinking, we got to find a way to get our offense in gear here in the first half, put some points up on the board. If they can put a drive together here, they can get right back into this game.
Well, here comes the diamond formation and a handoff to Fenton, and he breaks free across the 30, by far their biggest play of the game, and out to the 39-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain. JD, I was just getting ready to say, 20 yards on 11 plays and a turnover previously, and now they break one for 18 and go no huddle. Again, diamond formation, handoff to Fenton, and this time he's dropped in the backfield after a 1-yard gain as he falls forward to the 40-yard line. Little bit of a different diamond formation than you might be used to. There's 2 running backs slash tight ends real tight to the line of scrimmage. Then it's Stock, and then the running back now to his left. 2nd down and 9. Back to Fenton, trying to get around the right side and shooting through to make the tackle. Peyton Ritzert, a loss of 3.
This is an athletic Eagles defense. They show it right there as Ritzert, kind of this strong safety rover, gets in the backfield and makes the tackle. But you're right, this is an interesting formation. It's almost like they're putting 7 linemen out there. And they're saying, you know, that this is a drive that they need. They're trying to do it on the ground.
3rd down and 11, right to left with 5:20 to go in the first half. 13-0 Eagles. Play action fake. Stock fires near side. Wide open receiver makes the catch, and it's not a first down. It's out to the 47-yard line. It's for the moment a 9-yard gain, but JD, you think it's a penalty on PCM?
I mean, I don't know if there's confusion on the play call, but PCM has about 3 linemen blocking downfield like it's a run play. Which, I mean, they have been running the football a lot, so maybe they're a little surprised to see the pass. But that one was hard to miss, as that's going to set the Mustangs back.
We do have a Strawbridge Cellular Instant Radio update. Pleasantville 15, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont nothing. A safety and then a 54-yard touchdown pass for the Trojans on the ensuing drive. They have a 15-0 lead. You know, with Sigourney Keota struggling, Pleasantville might be the team to contend with Pella Christian here in this Class 1A district.
Yeah, you know, and it's so hard to tell with some of these games when you're out of district, right? You're playing different opponents. Who's good, who's not? You know, everybody's trying to feel themselves out. It's kind of fun.
I did not. They marked it back 10 yards. I thought an ineligible man downfield was just 5, but they move it back 10. To the 28-yard line. They need the 49, so it's 3rd and 21 now for PCM. Split wide receivers, Stock to throw, under pressure, lobs it off his back foot.
Wow.
He has a man open at midfield, first down and more, all the way down to the Pella Christian 41-yard line. That's a gain of 31.
Whew. I mean, you have to be kidding me with that play. What a play from Augie Stock off his back foot. He's got Trevor Veenstra in his grill when he makes the pass, throws that ball up in the air a mile, but right into the breadbasket there.
And now they go to the ground on 1st down and 10 from the 41-yard line, and Fenton picks up a yard. It's 13-0. Pella Christian leading PCM with 4:40 and counting before our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
You know, so far this game has been a lot of the Mustangs making mistakes, right, and paying for them. That time they made the mistake, but they got it back with a big passing play.
And now Stock play action right side roll. Is his knee bothering him, JD, or maybe he saw the flag because he just went tumbling down. I think he knew there was a holding call there, and rather than take a hit, he just went to the ground, and PCM will be set back 10 yards.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of a strange play there, but we have seen Stock be very physical, right? I mean, he is finishing runs. It reminds me of watching Josh Allen last night. He wants to finish runs. Augie Stock doing the same kind of thing. Like you said, that time, maybe he saw a flag. He just went down. Again, a big penalty. We'll see if the Mustangs can make up for it this time, but the clock's ticking. We're inside of 5 minutes already to go.
Well, that cost him 12 yards because the hold was 2 yards in the backfield, and then add the 10 yards onto that. Here comes this diamond formation backfield again. And it's a RPO. Stock right side roll, zips it to the edge. Catch is made. Fairly minimal yardage to the 47-yard line. That's good for a gain of 7.
Man, he zipped it out there too, right? I mean, just kind of sidearm, slinged it out there, got his receiver. Looks like it's Carson Hansen on the catch, but good defense from Jack Fancher, kept it in front of him, made the tackle.
And now a 3rd down and 16 for PCM, and a handoff to Fenton. He breaks through the middle. No, this is not Fenton this time. It's Griffin Olson, and he's down to the 37-yard line, so that's a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, you know, and a 10-yard gain there on 3rd down. Obviously, it's 3rd and long. They don't pick up the 1st down, but it definitely puts them in a situation to go for it here on 4th down.
4th down and 6 from the 42-yard line. Pella Christian trying to get set defensively.
That feels like a big play.
13-0 Eagles, just over 3 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. They already picked up a 3rd and 21 on this drive, and Stock wants to throw again. Has time, nobody open. Now he fires it way too tall over everybody. 30 yards downfield, incomplete, and the Eagles hold on 4th down.
Yeah, the Mustangs were looking. They ran slants, so both receivers are running into the middle of the field. Stock was patient. He didn't like it, his first read. He was patient back there, but the problem is everybody ends up running into the same spot because they're all crossing into the middle of the field. His receivers kind of run into each other, and by the time he had to get rid of it, there was nowhere to go. Good defense, kind of some bend but don't break there from the Eagles. And now with 3 minutes to go, it'll be interesting to see what they do on offense.
Quick check of the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard shows Indianola leading Pella 13-6 early 2nd quarter. Pleasantville 15, EBF 0. And our score, Pella Christian 13, PCM nothing with 3 minutes to go 2nd quarter on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 37. Kakmarinsky play action fake. He tosses it to the near side to Ritzert for a gain of 12 to the 49 as he steps out of bounds in front of his mates.
You know, that's one of the best looking pass plays I've seen all season from the Eagles is they fake the run. And when Benny Schurz is running the way he does, the defense has to respect that. Beautiful route here on the near sideline from Peyton Ritzert, kind of a comeback route, gets his 12 yards, gets out of bounds. Great throw, great catch.
Well, this is one of the fastest moving first halves you'll ever see. We're going to be done in about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a 1st down and 10 for PC at the 49, left to right, just near midfield. And it's a fake to Schurz. Cack keeps it, and he does everything he can just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Several Mustangs there, including sophomore Caden Clark. No gain.
Yeah, they do this often where they try to pull linemen out in front of their runners. But that time, the pulled lineman just ended up running right past some guys who were there to gobble him up. Kakmarinsky had nowhere to go on that 1st down play.
2.5 minutes and counting, 2nd quarter. Pella Christian 13, PCM 0. 4 down linemen for the Mustangs, 4 wide receivers for the Eagles. Kakmarinsky rolls out to the left. Now a little hesitation move in the backfield, dumps it down short to Vanderwall, who makes the catch and steps out of bounds in front of the PCM bench after a 4-yard gain to bring up 3rd and 6.
Man, this is interesting. You know, so Jack Fancher is out wide. Camden Parker's out wide here on this side. And these corners really aren't respecting those receivers. They're inside. They're saying, if you want to go long outside, go ahead. I dare you. And that time, Fancher was streaking down the sideline. I thought maybe Isaac would give it a toss, but instead elects to go for the short one. But we'll see what PCM continues to do on defense to keep mixing things up.
Split wide receivers for the Eagles. H-back right side with Kakmarinsky in the shotgun. He takes a snap and fakes it to Benny Schurz. Rolls out to the right. Comes near side, and it's incomplete at the 37-yard line, just out of the reach of a diving intended receiver, which is Ritzert for a 4th down coming up for Pella Christian. Ball's at the 47. They need the 41.
What do you think?
I think you punt it away and play defense. Go to the half up 13-6. clean zip, but we'll see what Coach Cack wants to do.
You know, one thing I can say with confidence is if this situation happens tomorrow afternoon and the Hawkeyes are on offense, this is going to be a punt.
That is the surest bet you will ever make, JD.
And it looks like Coach Cack is taking one out of the Ferentz playbook here and sending out the punt team.
Well, he quoted Hayden Fry in our Smash Park Radio pregame interview powered by Hy-Vee. And now he channels Kirk Ferentz, at least for a moment. Now we get a vision for less timeout. The score, 13-0 Pella Christian with 2:09 remaining here in the first half. The Eagles, a touchdown and 2 field goals, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. It was Trevor Veenstra on a 5-yard catch from Isaac Kakmarinsky, and then Jack Fancher booting him through from 22 and 27 yards out. A 13-0 Eagle lead, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And while we have a moment, we also want to say a big thank you to Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. They're the sponsor of tonight's video presentation. For those of you watching on the Pella Christian YouTube channel, big thanks to Kinetic Edge for making these YouTube broadcasts possible. All right, they leave the punt team on after the timeout. And it's Fenton back deep to return, standing at his own 10. Veenstra punting from left to right. Line of scrimmage is the 47-plus side. Snap is away. Veenstra's punt is away. Good punt. Fenton from the 14, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Great kick coverage by Pella Christian. That is Noah Nunakoven, a junior receiver, flying down from his gunner spot, and now 85 yards for August Stock in the PCM offense to try to get a score before half.
Yeah, you know, and how aggressive will they be? I thought their last drive, they started to get things going a little bit. They have no problem playing fast. I mean, we've seen that they get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. But it hasn't really been a lot of passing game. But I think in this situation, you're going to have to try to do it through the air.
1st and 10 from the 15, right to left in the white jerseys for PCM. And they go to the ground with Fenton. And he's across the 20 to the 21 for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, and you're going to see them move quickly, get onto the ball. They got a good first down play, so they want to keep things rolling here a little bit to see if they can get some points on the board.
How about the blood moon out there, JD, just over the horizon? That is a full moon. Looking good. Play action fake. Stock over the middle. Pass is tipped and incomplete. And after Josiah Deal had laid the hit on the intended receiver, Gavin Van Gorp, if he'd have just looked up, the ball was sitting there in midair, but it's incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if the ball got there first or did Deal get there first. Maybe could have made the case for a pass interference, but it is going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Eagles might get the ball back inside of a minute and a half here. They go to the ground with Fenton, and you can scratch that because he has the first down out to the 27-yard line. Good for a 6-yard pickup and move the chains on PCM's third down conversion of the evening.
Yeah, that was great by the offensive line there from the Mustangs. They really moved the line of scrimmage. Pretty easy play to pick up the 1st down. 1st
down and 10 from the 27, and it's Fenton again on a left side run. Well guarded as Kakmarinsky comes up from his linebacker spot to plug the hole after a 1-yard gain. It appears that PCM may be content, JD. Run out the clock. Let's get to our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show and regroup.
Yeah, it does seem like they're slowing down here a little bit. They'll probably keep it on the ground, see if they can squirt a big one here to set themselves up. But here they go, going into the air.
And it's Stock running a screen play. And the catch is made at the 25, broken tackle 30, out to the 40, and Fenton is across to the 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 15 on the screen.
I love it. You know, maybe it's just a little quarterback in me, but I love a little screen play when you can just dump it out and pick up a bunch of yards. It's a low-risk, high-reward kind of play, and for that time, it's a pretty big reward there for the Mustangs.
And a play-action fake. Stock pointing, now rolling out to his right, pressured from behind, zips it, and it's bobbled and then nearly intercepted. And incomplete is the final verdict. The receiver was laying on his back. Stock somehow just put it right on him, and then it bobbled around, and Schurz was there. He picked it up off the carpet after it had hit the ground.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been one of those plays that's bobbling up in the air, and somebody's going to end up catching this ball off a couple feet, but it does fall incomplete.
2nd down and 10 at the 43. We're under 40 seconds to go. Right side toss. This is Olsen, and he's met. He gets by the initial tackler and out to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3.
Man, what a big play there from Peyton Ritzert. We've talked about him a couple times on defense. It's just his speed. That time it looked like the Mustangs were going to get the edge, but Ritzer came out of nowhere, didn't make the tackle, but slowed the runner up enough.
We do have a Vision for Less timeout. Let's give you a Pella Motors game reset. 24 seconds left. It doesn't seem like we've had even a second to take a breath. 24 seconds left, first half. PCM will have a 3rd down and 6 coming up from just across their own 46-yard line, and the score is Pella Christian 13, PCM nothing, and that's a Pella Motors game reset. You'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. You got to think stock. I mean, you got to go 54 yards if you even. If you like your kicker any, you got to go 35 to 40 yards. I mean, there's only 24 seconds. At some point, you got to pick up a chunk here.
Yeah, and sometimes coaches might get a little conservative because they don't want to leave time for the other team, right? Maybe early on in the possession. But now, when you're under 30 seconds, it's like this is going to be the last possession. I expect the Mustangs to try to put one in the air and see if they can pick something up.
Out of the Vision for Less timeout, a tight formation, 2 receivers to the top of the screen, stock to throw on 3rd and 6. Pump fakes, steps up, zips it down the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Kakmarinsky in solo coverage.
Yeah.
Stock was flat-footed and fired that 30 yards down the field. Unfortunately for Mustang fans, it's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Man, he has quite an arm, and you can see it's just patience in the pocket. His offensive line has been excellent in pass protection, so he can just sit back there comfortably. Unfortunately for the Mustangs, there just hasn't been a lot downfield for him to make a play. That time he gave his receiver a chance, but
they're going for it here. I don't think they think the Eagles have the throwing power to take advantage of this if they miss it. 4th down and 6, snap to Stock, wants to throw, looking over the middle, pump fakes, now fires near side. It's short and incomplete, and can the Eagles take advantage with 11 seconds to go in the first half as they'll take over at the PCM 43?
That is interesting. I think I would have done the same thing if you're the Mustangs. Of course, that's the thing that we always talk about. Well, should we go for it or not? Everybody thinks they're a football coach when it comes to those situations. But it didn't work out for the Mustangs, and now you leave some time. There's only 11 seconds, but the Eagles got their 2 timeouts, so that stopping the clock won't be an issue.
And check that, it's the 46-yard line for what it's worth.
Yeah, and maybe you get to a spot that Fancher can kick a field goal. He's already made a couple look great there, so this will be kind of interesting.
Well, they spread it with 5 wide, 11 seconds to go, down to 3 seconds on the play clock. 2-1 snap off. Kakmarinsky to throw, looking over the middle. Now he steps up. He'll take off and run. A lot of running room at the 30 to the 25, and he's out of bounds with 4 seconds remaining right at the 25-yard line. It's a 21-yard run for Kak. And now, worst case here, JD, at least got a shot to put one in the end zone.
For sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Kak takes the time out here to think about it a little bit, get his kick team out there. I think they're going to send the kicker out there.
All right, we do have a Vision for Less timeout called. Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout. Visit Vision for Less in Pella and get back in the game. That does give us an opportunity to give you a Stravers Cellular instant radio update. We've had a couple of those to pass along to you. Knoxville has fallen behind Carlisle 14-0 with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. And Pella and Indianola trade 69-yard touchdowns. A Kenton Fuller 69-yard burst for the Dutch and a Drew Kingery 69-yard reception for the Indians. You're about tired of Drew Kingery, I'm sure, JD. It's Indianola 20, Pella 13.
He's been around forever. He's a great athlete. You love it when you have a guy who can play multiple sports at a really high level, and that's the kind of athlete Drew Kingery is.
All right, we're in the middle of a Vision for Less timeout with 4 seconds remaining here in the first half, and Jack Fancher is coming out to try a 42-yard field goal.
I love it. I love it when we get a chance to see if he can put it in here. They've been in this spot a couple times, obviously not at the end of the clock, and they've decided to go for it. But I've been waiting to see what kind of leg Fancher has.
Out of the Noah Nunakoven hold, left hash, left to right, 42 yards, snap, spot, kick is on the way, end over end kick is no good. Wide left, probably did not have the leg anyway. The Eagles got a shot at it. They can't take advantage, and we go to halftime with the score. Pella Christian 13, PCM nothing. We'll be back with our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show right after this.
Football season is back, and we're back for our 10th season of award-winning Football Friday nights on KNIA and KRLS. For the 10th straight season, DeYoung Door Service is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of Pick'em, and the Guru is once again going head-to-head with our studio hosts and broadcasters picking the winners of our local high school football games. Tune in Friday nights during the preview show to hear the picks, enjoy the live play-by-play of your favorite team, then listen to the scoreboard show to hear how we all did.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Norm Rosendahl Tiling has been installing and servicing farm field tile and septic systems for more than 40 years. Tim is also a certified time of transfer inspector by the state of Iowa. So if you're considering buying or selling a property with the septic system, they can handle the inspection and give you an estimate on any changes or repairs that may need to be done as well. Tim and the guys can help with many facets of new construction too. For your free estimate, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling in Monroe today.
Find your happy place and come play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park in Pella next time you're looking for a place for lunch or dinner. We have the best bar food you'll ever taste, from burgers, fries, and flatbreads to kale and quinoa power bowls, salads, wraps, and sandwiches. We take pride in our made-from-scratch eats. You can also enjoy giant Jenga, Connect 4, foosball, ping pong, and our many arcade games. And there's a view of at least one TV from every seat. Come play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park in Pella.
Inflation is sitting at about 9%, but KNIA KRLS can help save you 30, 40, even 50% off over $200,000 worth of merchandise during the home shopping extravaganza. It's coming September 27th through the 29th, and we'll have all of your favorites from restaurants to hotels to automotive repair to plays and concerts. Your wallet might be a little lighter, so put some money back in your pocket with the KNIA KRLS home shopping extravaganza coming September 27th through the 29th on KNIA KRLS.
Since launching our Prez Listing Advantage in 2018, area home sellers have saved over $750,000 by working with Pella Real Estate Services compared to a 6% commission. I'm Sierra Buchheit, and that savings is one way we're investing in lives through real estate. The average seller saves about $5,000 for their nest egg or to put towards their next purchase. If it's time to sell, let us help you, a friend, a colleague, or whomever save money by calling 628-1BUI for Pella Real Estate Services.
The year was 1997. Beanie Babies were popular, a gallon of gas was $1.22, and Light and State Bank joined the Pella community. To celebrate LSB's 25th anniversary in Pella, we are offering a 25-month CD at 2.5%. Light and State Bank, proudly part of the Pella community for 25 years. Member FDIC. Annual percentage yield is 2.52%, accurate as of August 25 and subject to change. 5 non-minimum balance, early withdrawal penalties may apply. Fee may reduce earnings.
If you have friends or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they're looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella bucks to spend around town.
And the Stay and Play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengracht in Pella.
No one looks forward to having surgery, not even for their pets. It can be kind of a scary thing. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County veterinarian, and we strive to keep your pet safe and comfortable at all phases of the procedure. They'll receive preoperative blood work and anesthesia, warming, and electronic monitoring during the operation, plus post-operative pain management and supervised recovery. For elective surgeries or for that unexpected emergency, trust the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Welcome inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on KNIA-KRLS.com. Pella Christian leads PCM 13-0. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. All right, let's start by going inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Pella Christian has outgained PCM 146 to 128. Benny Schurz, 13 carries for 49 yards. Isaac Kakmarinsky, 8 carries for 30 yards. Colin Vanderwall, 2 for 3 yards. Isaac Kakmarinsky is 5 of 9 passing for 65 yards. They did credit a passing play on that first quarter flip. I thought it was a backwards, which would have been running play for Benny Schurz, but they credit Benny with a 23-yard reception. Trevor Veenstra has 2 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. The leading tackler, Isaac Kakmarinsky, with 6 for Pella Christian, including 1.5 for a loss. On the PCM side, Gavin Fenton, 13 carries, 35 yards. Augie Stock, 4 for 18. Stock is 4 of 10 passing for 62 yards and a pick. And the defensive leader, Donovan Nicholson, has 7 tackles, including 2 tackles for loss. The scoring, Kakmarinsky, a touchdown pass from 5 yards out to Trevor Veenstra with 7:36 remaining in the first quarter, and that capped a 9-play, 55-yard drive after a penalty on the Pella Christian punt kept their drive alive, and then a couple of Jack Fancher field goals from 22 and officially 28 yards out, and Pella Christian has a 13-0 lead. Inside the numbers has been delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. We'll take a time out inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Our score, Pella Christian 13, PCM 0.
Let there be light, or not, or maybe just a little light. It's your choice with Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Here's Vicki Collette of Oskaloosa, another satisfied cabinet design customer.
Mike put these can lights in that room too, and they're all on dimmers, and so we can have as much light or as little light as we want, which has really been handy. We like that.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Inflation is sitting at about 9%, but KNIA KRLS can help save you 30, 40, even 50% off over $200,000 worth of merchandise during the Home Shopping Extravaganza. It's coming September 27th through the 29th, and we'll have all of your favorites from restaurants to hotels to automotive repair to plays and concerts. Your wallet might be a little lighter, so put some money back in your pocket with the KNIA KRLS Home Shopping Extravaganza coming September 27th through the 29th on KNIA KRLS.
The lights in the car, white and red, white and red, white and red. The lights in the car, white and red at Central Tire and Auto.
If the lights on your car aren't white and red, don't wait until Mr. Officer makes you fix them. Stop into Central Tire and Auto. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new lights. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we know how important it is for athletes to heal properly so that they can continue making plays and staying active. We pride ourselves in providing top-notch care for athletes of any age. Whether you're the quarterback for a local team, a leisurely runner, or somewhere in between, we've got you covered at Kinetic Edge. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose Kinetic Edge. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230.
Sprunk drives, kicks to Fancher, to Andringa, who's going to get it inside to Mulder, and Mulder with the slam! Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. Get paid positions up to $26.05 an hour. All 9 positions will receive a shift differential. Employees will be offered a referral program up to $1,500 weekly pay, up to $1,000 weekly, a free 2-year college education for children of employees, compressive benefits, medical, dental, and prescription coverage, paid vacation and holidays, and 401k match, pension, and profit sharing. Apply today here at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
Hi, this is Lonnie DeSwart, Petroleum Department Manager at Two Rivers Co-op, inviting you to fill up with gas at Pella's only locally owned gas station. Our Carsville location in Pella is open 24 hours a day, pumping Cenex top-tier gas, and you don't have to be a member of the co-op to use it. Next time you stop by, make sure to ask for a Two Rivers local card, because when you swipe it at the pump, you'll save 4 cents off every gallon every time you fill up. So if you're fed up with the big chains, fill up at Pella's only locally owned gas station, Two Rivers Cooperative.
Welcome back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on KNIA-KRLS.com. It's Pella Christian 13 and PCM nothing. And time now to take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. And a very fast-moving first half. Pella Christian kept it on the ground for the most part offensively. You know, middling levels of success. You know, no success basically compared to the standard they set with 530 whatever yards rushing the first 2 games. What do you think that Coach Cack is trying to dial up here at intermission?
Yeah, it's interesting because we were talking about how great these offenses were, and I was kind of coming in expecting maybe a shootout, and it has been nothing like that. You know, these defenses have been outstanding. You know, I think it's interesting because, again, it hasn't been a lot of the ground game. You know, you talked about the fact that Kakmarinsky hasn't gotten it going on the ground, and I think that's going to be something that we'll see here a little bit more. Maybe a little more play-action pass, get Isaac outside of the pocket so that he can look down the field or decide to run, because when he can get in space, he's an outstanding athlete. He's one of the fastest guys on the field playing quarterback. That's a weapon that usually PC has used really well. Haven't seen much of that. So we'll see if they look for a little bit more of that.
On the PCM side, you know, I'm a little surprised that they don't just let Augie Stock let it loose, right? I mean, the ground game has been basically non-existent other than one rip by Fenton towards the end of the first half. I mean, we see Stock's arm. He's flicking it 30 yards off his back foot. You know, I'd switch up and try something different, and you know, I'd let your best player try to make something happen.
Yeah, it's interesting because both of these teams lost a lot of their receiving core from last year. You know, and PCM, we talked about it with the Eagles before, but PCM is in the same boat that a lot of their big-time playmakers graduated. And, you know, it's just finding that rhythm, finding who can step up. And I just haven't seen that from PCM or the Eagles, really, to find that guy on the outside who can get himself open and just be reliable for his quarterback. Maybe that's part of the problem, but I agree. I mean, at some point, you just let Stock rip it because he's got the ability. He's got a big arm. He can run it, too, although maybe not quite like he'd like to. But he's got an element of his game that can be a game changer at any point here in the second half.
Well, I was getting ready to say too, and as you look at his running, he just really doesn't look comfortable, right? I mean, you watched that game last night, and the talking all around the country is like, holy cow, the Bills and Josh Allen. All you got to do is look at Augie Stock and see what could happen if you've got a running quarterback that relies on his legs, because Stock is not the same player he was 2 years ago before that left knee injury. When they get him out of the pocket, he's still eyes downfield. He's just not comfortable yet running the football, and I'm not sure he ever will be again. He's got to do more with his arm than in the past. He was a true dual threat.
Yeah, totally. You know, there's a mental side of that. There's a physical side of that. It's huge obstacles to get over, and credit him for being out here and making plays and looking like a great quarterback. But that's definitely a factor here, and you know, but we'll see. We'll see how things develop here for them, you know, and obviously getting some more reps early on in the season will hopefully help Stock as he goes.
All right, that's our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. One of the quickest ways to adjust the look of your home is with a new garage door from the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service in Pella. Let's take another time out inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, and then we'll talk a little bit about the big off-the-field story that's taking place on Eagle Lane here today. A celebration and a fundraiser for the Nadelborg family. We'll talk about that when we come back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Well, great drive on the field is important in football, it's also our goal for you behind the wheel. Hi, this is Jason at Lauterbach Buick GMC in Newton, and we have the winning game plan for your purchase of a new Buick, GMC, or quality pre-owned vehicle. New vehicles arriving weekly and most with 0% financing. We'll also keep you ready for the long run with top-notch service and body shop. Family owned and on your team since 1981. Lauterbach Buick GMC, I-80 Speedway exit 168 or online at lauterbachcars.com.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Jordan McAvoy is an assembler on third shift, and he says that what he appreciates most is the way that he's treated by everyone he works with.
I would recommend a lot of people to come work for Vermeer because I don't feel like you'll get treated the way you get treated here. I feel like everybody actually gives you respect that you want and that you feel like you deserve.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
Fall offers us beautiful colors to brighten up our days, and De Blumenhof has everything you'll need to bring your home and garden landscaping to life. With a great variety of trees and shrubs to choose from, you can pick the perfect fall colors to make your yard burst with beauty for years to come. And fall is the perfect time to plant. We also have outdoor garden decor items, indoor and outdoor plants, memorial items to remember that special loved one, and Melissa and Doug merchandise for curious little minds. Be sure to follow De Blumenhof on Facebook. De Blumenhof, get your colors worth.
Welcome back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. We are live on KNIA-KRLS.com. Pella Christian 13 and PCM nothing. The teams are back out, or at least PCM is back out. Pella Christian will be coming shortly. 3 minutes until we resume and wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. And here come the Eagles back out onto the field. We do want to give a shout out Ryan Nadelborg. He is checked in to the Craig Hospital in Denver, where he'll be going extensive physical therapy. As I understand, one of, if not the best hospital in the country for folks with spine injuries. And Ryan, of course, the Pella Christian Jr., who was injured late this summer in a freak accident, paralyzed from the neck down. Big night here tonight at Pella Christian. Of course, Ryan goes to church in Prairie City. He has friends on the PCM football team. Ryan, glad that you're able to watch in. Hope you're enjoying the Eagles out to a 13-0 lead. And JD, what a tragic situation that this Pella Christian community has rallied behind.
No doubt. You know, it really is. But, man, what an inspiring night when you look out across the field here and you see these shirts for Ryan. You see everybody wearing blue. That's what community is all about. Obviously, it's been a tough challenge for Ryan and his family. And to see community come around him, it's really incredible. And it speaks to the kind of family the Nadelborgs are and the type of kid that Ryan is. You know, he's an easy guy to get behind. Guy's inspiring, right? The way that he has attacked this rehab, the way that he has kept his faith, it's just been outstanding. It's been inspiring for everybody. We're just really proud of him as a Pella Christian community, and I'm sure the Prairie City community would say the same thing. Proud of him, proud of his family, and you know, we're looking forward to his continued recovery and praying the best for him and hoping that we can see him soon.
Well, if you missed it last week, Andrew Schneider, in what will, for my money, is an award-winning piece, did our Football Friday Night feature, was on Ryan and the efforts of the Pella Christian and PCM communities to help out. If you missed that, go to KNIA-KRLS.com and under sports, check out the Football Friday Night section and look for last week's Football Friday Night feature. But, you know, even just hearing Ryan in that piece, you know, he talked about how the first couple of weeks, you know, hard to breathe, do things like that. And he said, well, but, you know, it's getting a lot better. And, you know, he just talked about, like, the most basic of things that we all take so much for granted and it's like a ray of sunshine in his life. And it's just a reminder of how everything is so relative. And what, you know, you're having a bad day at work or something happens, you know, with the kids, you know, at night or whatever, and you just think it's just this horribly tragic situation. Let's all check ourselves a little bit and understand what true tragedy is. And the Nadelborgs are going through that. Ryan, somehow with the smile on his face, is a true inspiration to everybody here at Pella Christian.
Yeah, he is. He's inspiring so many people, you know, on earlier tonight, I ran up to Coach Bukite to talk to him about the cross-country team, and Ryan's an outstanding runner. Obviously would love to be out there with his team. He's sending those guys videos before every race, you know, and those guys are having an outstanding season, just a remarkable season for the cross-country Eagles. You know, so it's tragic. But to see Ryan's faith, his determination, his toughness in the face of the tragedy, they call him a warrior for a reason. It's just been really cool to see.
Ryan, keep working hard. We miss you here in Pella. And, boy, speedy recovery is not the right word for this, but keep working hard, my friend.
That's right.
All right, that'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. The second half kickoff goes out of the end zone, left to right by Jack Fancher. Just missed a 42-yard field goal at the first half buzzer. He did make 2 field goals in the second quarter, and the Eagles have a 13-0 lead. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr with you, live inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth here on KNIA-KRLS.com. Pella Christian 13, PCM 0, and Augie Stock on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. Hands it off to Fenton, running around the right side, and he's dumped after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, more of the same. We saw a lot of this in the first half. Fenton, not a guy who's maybe carried the ball a whole lot in his career. He's getting a ton of carries here tonight, and another great tackle from Peyton Ritzer.
And PCM going quickly. Same formation they used a lot of that first half.
Yeah.
Second down and 8. Fenton again around the right side. He's able to turn the corner, crosses the 25-yard line out near the 26, which will set up a 3rd and 4. I want to see where they officially. They'll spot him at the 25, so 3rd and 5.
Yep, you know, and it's interesting to see how teams come out of halftime. For PCM, offensively, it looks like more of the same. A lot of groundwork, similar formations. We'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 5.
Ball at the 25 on the right hash, far side of the field. Split wide receivers. Again, this interesting formation with the 2 guards back up off the line of scrimmage. They hand it off, and they've got a first down. That's Griffin Olsen, I believe. And he has the first down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yeah, good blocking up front there. And one thing I'm noticing is you got these receivers out wide here for PCM. It's total man coverage. Colin Vanderwall is on an island. Jack Fancher's on an island. We'll see if they challenge him.
Back to Olsen, stiff arm in the backfield, now trying to turn the corner. PC pursues perfectly, including Josiah Deal and then Kak Marinsky from his linebacker spot, stopping Olsen for a loss of 3.
Yeah, you know, we probably, as an Eagles broadcaster, I probably don't talk about Josiah Deal enough, but he's a linebacker who's really doing an awesome job, makes a ton of tackles. He's flying all over the field. Great job there on first down.
2nd and 13 back at the 27. RPO, Stock rips it. It's tipped, incomplete, nearly caught, nearly picked, and then lands on the ground. First through Ritzert, and then through the hands of the receiver Hansen, and then a chance for PC with Fancher packed there, and nobody can come up with it.
Yeah, you know, you work on it, the little tip drill, right, or the distraction drill. Can you still make the catch? Nobody could there. A dangerous throw. If Peyton Ritzer catches that thing, he waltzes into the end zone for 6, and this game would have changed dramatically. But the Mustangs live for another day.
And now we have a
incomplete.
vision for less timeout. JD, we better take it while we get a chance. 13-0 Pella Christian with the lead with 10:14 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Radio broadcast booth.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
Accidents come in all shapes and sizes, like those little door dings from that person who wedges their vehicle into a tight parking space, the stray foul ball that happens to find your vehicle, the road rash your bumper gets from a high curb, or an unexpected encounter with a deer out on his evening stroll. No matter how big or small those scratches or dents are, trust Langstrad Auto Body to get it fixed. They put their experience and state-of-the-art technology to work for you to fix it right the first time. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Out of the vision for less timeout on 3rd down and long. PCM runs Gavin Van Gorp at quarterback on the zone read. Gets 9 yards straight ahead, but it brings up 4th down and 4, and PCM brings the punt team on.
I was curious what the play call would be. Would they go to the air? Would they keep it on the ground? I was definitely not expecting that as Gavin Van Gorp takes the snap. He's a good runner. Maybe that's an element that PCM can work off of, but it's still going to be a punt.
And we talked about how Stock just does not have that in his game right now because of that knee injury. High snap on the punt, but they get it away. It lands at the 30, so a pretty decent punt here. That'll roll down to the 25-yard line. That is a 38-yard punt with no return. So Pella Christian will get its first offensive possession of the 3rd quarter, leading 13-0. Delivery.com is the restaurant delivery service in Pella with great local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Liberty Street Kitchen, Windmill Cafe, our dinner choice tonight, Dutch Fix, and more. And you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business or broadcast booth for lunch or dinner, just like Lisa Rosa recently did. And she's tonight's fan of the game and has won a $10 gift certificate towards her next order. Try Delivery.com this week, then listen to next week's broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, early 3rd quarter, leading 13-0 from the 25-yard line, and it's Kakmarinsky on a quarterback draw, and just like he has all night, he has found nowhere to run. He loses a yard against heavy PCM defensive pressure. It is the 8th tackle of the night for Donovan Nicholson, and it's 2nd and 11.
We talked about Kakmarinsky getting involved in the ground game. I don't care if that's Isaac Kakmarinsky or Adrian Peterson back there. He ain't going anywhere.
2nd down and 11 as the Eagles go quickly. Handoff to Schurz on a right side run. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still on his feet, and he's finally hog-tied down at the 32-yard line. A pickup of 8, and it brings up 3rd and 3.
He is slippery, right? That's a pickup of 2 if anybody else is running the football. But he just has a way to slip through tackles. Even being an upright runner, it's super unorthodox, but it gets the job done. Sets them up for a very reasonable 3rd down.
8:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 3 from the 32-yard line, and back to the ground on a left side run with Schurz trying to get to the edge, and he turns the corner with a 1st down across the 40 and out to the 42-yard line. He picks up 10.
Yeah, that time it's Justin Johnson out there on corner who's trying to get out to the edge. Colin Vanderwall laid a pretty good block that allowed Benny Schurz to just turn the corner enough to pick up that 1st down. Keep that drive moving, and this is important for Pella Christian. If you want to win this game, keep your offense on the field, right? Keep that PCM offense on the sideline. Augie Stock and his big arm, keep them on the sideline and get that ground game going.
1st down and 10 from the 42. Eagles lead 13-0, nearing the midway point of the 3rd quarter, rather. And here's Kakmarinsky on a keeper, and he breaks free into PCM territory and all the way down near the 30-yard line. 27 yards, and for Kakmarinsky, his longest run of the game.
Yeah, that's the big play that PC has needed. They just haven't quite been able to get to the next level, and credit PCM's defensive line because they've swallowed a lot of it up early on. But that time, Kakmarinsky sneaks free and gets down the sideline.
1st down and 10 to the PCM 30. Eagles lead 13-0 with 7:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kakmarinsky out of the gun, takes a snap, fakes it to Schurz, wants to throw. Now he'll step up. There's a flag. This is holding on the Eagles as Kakmarinsky, for the moment, picks up 10, but this likely will cost them 14. Penalty flag at the 34. We'll see officially where they mark that as they figure it all out. Let's give you a couple of Stravers Cellular instant radio updates. They've gone to the half in Carlisle, where the Wildcats lead Knoxville 35-0. Defending state champ Lewis Central has a 28-7 lead over Norwalk. That's late in the 2nd quarter. At halftime, Pleasantville leads EBF 21-0, and they're at the half. Indianola 26, Pella 19. Just like last year, a back-and-forth track meet between the LHC rivals. That's a 14-yard penalty. The Eagles' 2nd of the game, and it's now 1st and 24 from the 44. Left to right, up 13-0. Kakmarinsky to throw. Right side roll, under pressure. Kakmarinsky throws as he's hit, or hit as he throws. Potato, potato. It's incomplete on the near sideline, and 2nd and long.
Man, it feels like those holding calls in high school football just hurt you so much, right? I mean, that's a 14-yard penalty, but Kakmarinsky had picked up 10 yards. This is a 24-yard swing, and now you're looking at 2nd and 24. It's just a drive killer. big-time play there, and that's one of the first times that the Eagles have really hurt themselves with a big penalty here tonight.
The wind is whipping up here on Eagle Lane on a 2nd down and 24. Left side run for Benny Schurz. He gets 2 down to the 41-yard line. So 3rd and a mile coming up for the Eagles.
Yeah, this drive that looked promising after that penalty, it just kind of stalled. Now you get 3rd and long, and you go, man, what do you do here, right? Can we pick up 10 yards to make it a manageable 4th down? And that's what they're going to be looking to do. But this Mustangs defense is not giving up anything easy.
Well, and especially when you don't really have much of a vertical passing game, it just makes it that much more difficult. Now 3rd and 21 from the 41. Split wide receivers. Veenstra, the H-back. Now he'll slot out into the right slot. And Kakmarinsky throws a wide receiver screen to Ritzert. Kick out block, and Ritzert has some room. Flag flies from the secondary. Probably another hold on Pella Christian down the field this time. For the moment, the gain is to around the 30, which would be an 11-yard catch and run. But Isaac Kakmarinsky's all the way back on the Eagle logo.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back. Yeah, the Eagles got just the play that they were looking for, a little tunnel screen. The blocking was great to begin, but I think they just got a little bit too aggressive getting downfield, hit somebody in the back, and that's another big penalty to push them back.
All right, so the line of scrimmage was the 41-yard line.
Yeah, we're just going to run it back. It's going to end up at the 40 because the block happened at the 30.
So that's I've got that as a 10-yard completion to Ritzert.
Right.
An 11-yard completion, rather, and then a 10-yard penalty. And now the snap to Kak. 5 wide receivers. He's under pressure and sacked. Kakmarinsky gets hammered down by Donovan Nicholson.
Man, he is an outstanding defensive end. He was in the backfield in a hurry. There's a couple other Mustangs who were there too. Really not great pass protection there from Pella Christian. Kakmarinsky had no chance. He didn't even look downfield because he was swallowed up before he could even take a peek.
I got to give huge props to this PCM defense. It's been a bulldozing Pella Christian running attack offensively this year, and the Mustangs have gone toe-to-toe with this Eagles O. And Pella Christian is late getting 2 protectors on. So a little bit of a scramble drill, and now the punt is away. It's a high wobbling punt. Good boot, though, back to the 8-yard line. Fenton out near the 15, and he's taken down there. So that's a 42-yard punt, a 7-yard return, and the Mustangs back at their own 14-yard line come out 1st down and 10.
The special teams units, I feel like the Eagles have done a really nice job in those areas, and that's important in order to win these close games. And right now, this is shaping up to be a pretty close game. You have to be flawless there. Good job from Pella Christian. But now as the Mustangs take the field, time's running out on them, right? They have to find a way to put a drive together and find a big play somewhere.
Well, they've got a new quarterback in the game. It's not Stock. They go to the ground, though, with Fenton, and he crosses the 15 out to the 18-yard line for a 4-yard gain. And check that, I believe it's Olsen, and it's Van Gorp in running the option at quarterback.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You know, we don't want to speculate what's going on. It didn't look like Stock had an injury. Of course, he's been hobbled all night. Yep. You know, we didn't see him laying on the ground, but see what happens now.
Olsen around the right end picks up 9 and a PCM 1st down.
Tackle by Kakmarinsky.
Olsen has 29 yards on 6 carries. Fenton 40 yards on 15 carries. That's a total between the 2 running backs of 21 carries for 69 yards. Nice job by the PC defense to limit him to about 3.5 a carry. Now it's Van Gorp, the quarterback, on the keeper around the right side. He's got the 1st down, and he's bounced out of bounds at the 40 for a pickup of 12 yards.
Yeah, you know, he's got some legs. Really nice run there. And we should mention, I believe he did take some snaps last year at quarterback. He had some passing attempts as a freshman, you know, so he's got some experience back there. He's already looking like a good athlete, so maybe Gavin Van Gorp can give them a little bit of a spark.
And it's a handoff around the left side. There's Josiah Deal burying Fenton in the backfield for a loss of 5.
Yeah, it's actually Trevor Veenstra also with the 4 at the end there. But the big defensive end, defensive tackle, gets in the backfield, makes a big play. That defensive line from Pella Christian just keeps improving game after game.
And that pushes PCM back to a 2nd and 16. Van Gorp keeps it on the zone read, and he'll pick up a couple of yards back to the 38-yard line, but that brings up 3rd and 13.
Yeah, this is about, what, the 5th snap that Van Gorp has taken, and it's been run all the way, all 5 snaps. Now you're in 3rd and 13, and we'll see if they decide to go to the air now.
13-0 Pella Christian leads with 4:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. PCM ball, 3rd and 13, right to left. It's a toss to Fenton to the right side. Cuts it back. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage at the 41. That's it. It's a gain of 3, and it's now 4th and 10.
You know, at some point, if you're the Mustangs, at some point you got to take your shot, right? Maybe you don't feel like you have big-time playmakers, but it's one-on-one coverage. One big play going. You know, whoever makes the next big play, it changes the game. If it's the Eagles,
probably a knockout blow.
Yeah, that's going to be big time for them. And if PCM can make a big play, it's a one-possession game just like that. But really conservative here from the Mustangs so far.
And now a punt on 4th and 10, right to left. Good snap. And it's a high end-over-end kick. Schurz bobbles it and then falls on it at the 26-yard line. Well, let's talk about tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. The Eagles lead by 13. There's only 15 minutes left to go. They haven't had a whole lot of success themselves as of late. Their only touchdown came on the opening drive of the game.
Right.
Does Coach Cack do anything creative, or are you willing to play this punt field position game?
Yeah, you know, I think if you're Coach Cack, you're saying our defense is doing an outstanding job. You know, they've given up some yards, but they haven't given up any big plays. Really nothing sustained that PCM can really hang their hat on. So I think he's going to be pretty conservative, keep it on the ground, and he's going to dare Bonnet on the other end. You try to make the game-changing play.
1st down and 10 at the 26-yard line, left to right. Cack takes the snap, hands it off to Schurz, and he waits patiently, gets around the right side, and he's taken out of bounds with a big stick at the 36-yard line for a gain of 10. Want to thank Brand Appeal for sponsoring Pella Christian football. For branding, print, web, video, or interactive, call Brand Appeal. Relentless for you. A gain of 11 for Schurz, who I have unofficially 81 yards on 17 carries.
Yeah, it hasn't been the huge plays. Certainly his yards per carry is going to go down. Yeah. We haven't seen the 12 yards per carry, but it's been consistent. They're picking up 1st downs. They haven't gotten the ball in the end zone, but the 2 field goals go a long way.
Ball is at the 37-yard line, left to right, and it's Cack on a QB draw. Couple of yards, that's it. That's been really not there. 48 yards on 12 carries for Cack. He had a 20-yarder when PCM was in a prevent at the very end of the 1st half. Had his best run of the game earlier in this quarter, 27 yards. So on 2 carries, JD, he has 47 yards. The other 11, he has 1.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, great defense there from PCM.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 39. Left to right with the Eagles leading 13-0. They go to Schurz around the left side. Flag comes flying in the backfield, and maybe another drive-killing hold on the Eagles. Back them up.
Yep, there it is. There's the hold. That's going to push him back. Now you're in 2nd and forever. Those are just drive killers right there. And one thing to note as we get towards the end of the 3rd quarter with 2:36 to go, you do see PC slowing things down. You know, this game has been at a rapid fire pace where they're getting off plays in a hurry, rushing to the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Now you see the Eagles step off the gas here a little bit. Let's take some time off the clock. Let's milk this thing. Let's trust our defense to finish this one out.
Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. Dylan Ranks touchdown brings Norwalk within 28-14 of Lewis Central in that top 5 Class 4A matchup. Kakmarinsky on a left side roll after the hold. Hits Veenstra on the run, and he gets loose at midfield. 1 man to beat at the 30. Cuts it back at the 25-20. 10-5. Touchdown, Eagles! Trevor Veenstra, 61-yard grab. Even more, they hadn't got the penalty yardage. It's a 74-yard grab.
74-yard play. We talked about who's going to make the next big play, and this time it's Trevor Veenstra. He's known for his blocking. He's made some big plays on the defensive side of the ball. That time they roll Kakmarinsky out to the left. He finds Veenstra, and he's a big dude. But he can scoot, man. He is scooting down the sideline. Great little cutback move into the middle of the field, and he takes it all the way to the house. A huge play for PC.
Well, bigger than huge. It's a raise the roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing. Pella Christian had thrown for 76 yards in the game. They get 74 on one play, and they now lead by 3 scores, 19-0. There's a vision for last timeout before the try, but that Trevor Veenstra 74-yard rumble, tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. And JD, that also might be the dagger. The way that PC's defense is playing, PCM has not sustained much offense. To think they're going to score 3 touchdowns in the last 14 minutes it's kind of hard to imagine.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you said it, the PCM offense just hasn't found any rhythm, hasn't found any traction to get themselves going. So to get that blow there, I think it's so big. You don't want them to stick around, you know. Again, I'm talking college football, but it kind of reminded me of the Iowa-South Dakota State game, of just a punting field position game, waiting for a big play, and that game had never happened.
Yeah, you're still waiting if you're a Hawkeye fan, right?
But here it was, the big play for PC, and it looks like they're going to try to go for 2 to make this a nice 21-7 or 21-0.
Split wide receivers, Cack out of the shotgun, motion from Ritzert to the far side of the field, jet sweep, handoff, block out there. He breaks a tackle and takes it in. Nice kick out block by Colin Vanderwall, the wide receiver, to give a little space, and Pella Christian has a 21-0 lead. We'll take a timeout inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KNIA-KRLS.com.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from cord-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Where is everybody? Hello? Is anybody here?
You survived another tax season, and those fly-by-night tax preparers all seem to have disappeared. Your friends at Van Mon and Seatstra, Meyer and Nickel are here for you all year long. Your life is chaotic, crazy, super busy, and you don't just need help during tax season. Let Van Mon and Seatstra, Meyer and Nickel help you every day, all year long. Save time, gain peace of mind with Van Mon and Seatstra, Meyer and Nickel.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We are live on KNIA-KRLS.com, the free KNIA-KRLS app. We're live on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, and we're live on Pella TV. You can't get away from us tonight, folks. Trevor Castle, J.D. Bohr, Pella Christian 21, PCM nothing. And after the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, the Mustangs go to the ground with Griffin Olsen, and he picks up nearly 10 yards, I think just shy. We'll call it officially 9 around right side of the 29 to bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, good little play there to get him started. But again, you know, when are they going to take their chance? We'll see if it's this drive. Gavin Van Gorp, let's see if he's got an arm. But again, it's going to be another handoff.
And it's a first down gain for Olsen. A pickup of 5 up to the 34-yard line. While we have a moment, let's run down the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. At the half, Indianola leads Pella 26-19. Carlisle over Knoxville 35-0. Late second quarter, Lewis Central over Norwalk 28-14. Pleasantville leads EBF in the third quarter 28-0. And our score is Pella Christian 21, PCM nothing, with 1:36 remaining in the third quarter. And a first down and 10 now for PCM, and a right side run for Van Gorp, who's checked in at quarterback for August Stock. And Van Gorp picks up 4 yards for a 2nd and 6. And our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, of course, brought to you by Marion County's financial leader, Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. 2nd down and 7, ball at the 37, and they go to the ground. First down run and more near midfield. This is a new back into the game. It's Sawyer Baukamp, and he's all the way down to the 41-yard line for PCM. That's a gain of 22.
All right, Sawyer Baukamp looking fresh, right? Gets through the line. and even downfield breaking a couple tackles. The Eagles are going to need a timeout. They look a little bit tired. It's early in the year.
Yep.
It's hot out here.
Well, Trevor Veenstra hands on his knees after he just ripped off a 74-yarder on offense. Now you got to go play defense and maybe a little gassed. Here it's mid-80s, as you said, JD.
Totally. And you know what? Regardless of how this game ends up, I think it's so good for football teams early in the season to have a couple of these, right? To have these four-quarter type games. If you're the Eagles, you love it when you can go to Panorama and win by 60, and everybody feels good about that. You know, and obviously PCM's had a couple tests last week against Newton. But this is good for your football team. You find out a lot about them. Yep. You see what their conditioning level is like. You've got to rotate in different guys, right? We haven't talked about Beaucamp all night, and here he is, you know, with one of the biggest plays of the night so far for the Mustangs offense. So this is kind of interesting to see how this goes.
Out of the vision for last timeout, PCM has a 1st down and 10 at the Pella Christian 41. Mustangs still looking for their first score of the night. Have a 1st and 10 at the 41 plus territory. It's Van Gorp on a right side run. Huge hole, and he's down inside the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 12.
Man, that blocking was outstanding. You could have driven a truck through that hole. And Gavin Van Gorp was able to turn on the Jets. Nice run, nice gain, quickly to the line of scrimmage.
And now a 1st and 10 low snap. Van Gorp able to hand it off to Beaucamp, and that time he lost the ball, but not until after he was brought down in the backfield. Trevor Veenstra and Josiah Deal both there. A little bit of a breather for Trevor, and he makes an impact play in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a big play. You know, as PCM just kept moving. That time the snap was low, and you just lose your rhythm, right? And it's hard to know how many snaps Van Gorp has taken in the preseason, so all that stuff matters.
And this time they go to the ground with Griffin Olsen, and he's able to get around the right side. Where did he step out of bounds in front of the PCM bench right at the 29? So he got the yardage back that they had lost on the previous play. Picks up 3, brings up 3rd and 10.
And this is the is this the closest PCM has been? Yeah, you know, after that big play, now maybe they have a little momentum. We're getting to the end of the 3rd quarter here for the Mustangs.
3rd down and 10 from the 29. Zone read. Van Gorp keeps it. There's not much there. He is dropped. I think it's Peyton Ritzert in on the tackle at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2, and it's 3rd and 8, and the Mustangs are compelled to go for 4th and 8. Check that.
Yeah, 4th and 8, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the quarter, too.
All right, end of the 3rd quarter. It's Pella Christian 21, PCM nothing, and the Mustangs likely to go for it on 4th down on the first play of the 4th when we come back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Are you ready to save big? Yeah, you. The carpool driving, crossfitting, building, and making warriors. Vision for Less owns selection, price, and speed. Glasses you need. Quality you deserve. Every day, all day, today. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. That's right. You want it, we've got it. Selection, price, speed. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
At Smash Park in Pella, we have a variety of spaces of all sizes to host your next big event. Are you planning a birthday party, family reunion, bachelor party, or rehearsal dinner? Did you get put in charge of your company's next business outing or holiday party? Let us host you in one of our indoor or outdoor spaces, all of which have big screen TVs, games, and places to enjoy food and drinks with your family, friends, and coworkers. Stop by and ask for me, Andrew Berry. I'd love to help you plan your next event at Smash Park in Pella.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Pella Christian 21, PCM nothing. 12 minutes on the 4th quarter clock, and they've got to get the chain set. PCM is ready to go. It's whistled back into play for a 4th and 9, left to right in white from the 29. RPO, Van Gorp's throw is tipped and incomplete. He was looking over the middle, but Cooper Sprunk knocked it away. The Eagles hold on downs, and PC takes over up 21-0.
Yeah, it felt like going into the 4th quarter that the Mustangs had to have that one. If they wanted any chance, they had to find a way to keep the chains moving or see if they can put it into the end zone on this drive. I actually thought the receiver might have been there, but it looked like the ball got tipped around the line of scrimmage. It falls incomplete. And now the Eagles have a chance to take the field on offense and kind of bleed this one away.
Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. They're at the half. Number 2, Lewis Central leads number 4, Norwalk, 28-14. That's over tonight on KNIA 3 and the KNIA KRLS app. 1st and 10, Eagles. Handoff up the middle. Benny Schurz, little shake and bake to avoid a tackler in the backfield, and he does a really nice job picking up 2 yards to the 30. 83 yards on 18 carries for junior Benny Schurz.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling it tomorrow morning. This is a physical game, and Schurz has obviously taken a brunt of that. He's been brought to the ground 18 times. He's been hit more like 35 times because he just keeps bouncing off of these things. But he's been reliable. He's been secure with the ball, and he's moved the chains for the most part.
Now the Eagles are slowing it down, as you mentioned, at the end of the 3rd quarter, JD. 2nd and 8, under 10 seconds on the play clock when they take the snap, and Kakmarinski keeps it on the zone read, and he is tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain as Gavin Van Bali just hopped on his back and drug him to the ground.
Yeah, that one was really poorly blocked there for Pella Christian. It looked like all the linemen were trying to block 5-10 yards downfield. The problem is Kakmarinski's getting swallowed up by 3 guys behind him. Really nowhere to go on that play.
Under 10 minutes and 50 seconds here in the 4th quarter. 21-0 Pella Christian leads. Snap to Kakmarinski on 3rd down and 8 on a right side roll, looking downfield, fires, catch is made, 1st down and more, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's a 15-yard gain. And the catch is made by Isaiah Breams, the junior wide receiver, moved the chains on just Pella Christian's third down conversion of the night.
Yeah, they have not been very good on 3rd down, and the Mustangs defense has had a lot to do with it. But really nice play there. Love the patience from Kakmarinski, and it's nice to see Isaiah Breams get involved in the passing game as well.
That wind is bringing some fresh Iowa fertilizer into the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth as Kakmarinski keeps it across midfield. Nope, they gave it to Schurz rather, and he gets 7 to the PCM 48.
Yeah, and there is a flag on the field, so I didn't see what happened there.
The Eagles' 4th holding penalty of the 2nd half will wipe away a 7-yard Benny Schurz run. We'll see how far this, in fact, gets moved back. Line of scrimmage was the 45. So that play was really at the very end of the play, so it ends up as just a 4-yard penalty. The Eagles' 5th of the game for 46 yards, and it's 1st and 14. 10:15 to go in the ball game. 21-0 Eagles. Shotgun for Kak. Takes a snap, low snap, rolls out to the left, wants to throw, comes to the near sideline. Catch is made by Vanderwall, and he's into PCM territory to the 47-yard line. Picks up 14 yards. Was that Sprunk? My apologies, or Van?
No, it was Vanderwall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, these are big plays in the game here in the 4th quarter. If you're a PC fan, man, these are big plays for your season to find some of these guys, these receivers. You see the connection building. Vanderwall had that drop in the 1st half. Good to see him. Kakmarinski goes right back to him. He makes the catch. 2nd
down and 2 from the 47 in PCM territory. Snap to Kak. This is a quarterback run. There's a flag, and this is going to be an illegal shift or illegal formation on Pella Christian. Vanderwall shifted back off the line, did not get reset before Kakmarinski took the snap. Illegal shift, 5 yards, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the Eagles have played a pretty clean game. No turnovers so far tonight, but it's been a few penalties. It's been the holdings, the block in the back. This time the illegal formation there. Yeah, at this point in the season, you know, it's week 3. You really hope that they can start to clean those things up.
Let's give you a Pella Motors game reset. 21-0 Pella Christian, 9:29 remaining in the 4th quarter. And it is now 2nd down and 7 from their own 48-yard line on a Pella Motors game reset. Snap to Kak, handoff to Schurz. Around the right side, and he's very near 1st down yardage at the 45-yard line. It'll depend on the spot. 6 or 7, depending on if they move the chains. It looks like they will
just short.
Not. 3rd and very short. 6 yards for Benny Schurz, and it's 3rd and an inch.
Yeah, that time Elliot Menninga, left guard, pulls out in front. Great blocks. Benny Schurz follows him. Not a big play, But when you can get yourself in a third and manageable right here, a third and short, I think the Eagles feel good about this. Probably keep the ball in Kachmarinski's hands.
Veenstra lined up, wingman left side, split wide receivers. Kachmarinski takes the snap. QB run, left side, first down, breaks a tackle. Into space, breaks another tackle, near sideline at the 25, into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone as he's knocked out of bounds after a run for 26 yards.
Yeah, you start to see, you know, we've talked about the Mustangs defensive line. They've been outstanding all night, but it's started to feel like they're not getting that same push, right? They're not getting in the backfield. The PC offensive line, we talk about their experience. It's 5 guys. None of them take snaps on the defensive side of the ball. Right, that advantage that you get in small high school football, if you can rest those guys, that's a big deal.
We'd like to thank Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy for sponsoring tonight's video presentation on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, presented by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. Cack hands off to Schurz, stutter step move in the backfield, patiently waiting for a hole to open up off left guard. And he picks his way for 3 yards to the 17 to bring up 2nd and 7. And it's 21-0 Pella Christian, 8:22 and counting in the game, and the Eagles looking to add to their 21-0 lead.
Yeah, back into the red zone here. Like you said, if you're an Eagles fan, you'd love to see them keep the pedal on here.
Little motion from Colin Vanderwall. Kachmarinski takes a snap, right side roll. Pump fakes, pumps again, rolling out to the right, pumps a third time, and then throws it away to the far sideline, incomplete.
Pumps a third time. There's a lot of pump fakes there, probably too many.
Most quarterbacks don't have time to pump it 3 times, right?
Probably at some point, maybe a little earlier, he'll look back on that and say, I probably should have let one of those go to Trevor Veenstra.
Hey, we do have a Strauber Cellular Instant Radio update with 5:11 remaining in the third quarter. It's Indianola 33, Pella 19. Our score, Pella Christian 21, PCM nothing. The clock is stopped with 7:57 to go here in quarter number 4. And it's Schurz lined up in the slot left side, comes in motion, takes the handoff on the jet sweep, and has the first down to the 5-yard line on a gain of 12 on Pella Christian's 4th third down conversion of the game, and it puts Benny Schurz over 100 yards, 21 carries for a $104.
Yeah, you see the versatility from Schurz. He lines up in the slot, put him in motion, give a handoff a little different way. He's got the momentum going out to the edge. Really well blocked. Easy first down for Pella Christian.
First down and goal for the Eagles at the 5. Far hash, right to left. Handoff around the left side. Has some running room, head of steam, and down just short of the goal line. It was Peyton Ritzert on the carry, lined up in the backfield, picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Pardon me, picked up 4 yards.
Right, PC showing a little variety here, doing things a little bit different. Now, it's interesting because with 21 points, PC has not scored on the ground yet.
Right.
Both of their touchdowns are through the air. I think they'd love to punch one in here and keep it on the ground.
Ritzert lines up, wingman right side. Schurz in the backfield with Kachmarinski. 2nd and goal at the 1. Handed off to Schurz, and he fights his way towards the goal line and stopped. A nice surge by PCM off that right defensive end spot. And coming up, Gavin Fenton, the senior linebacker, sealing the edge. No gain, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Gavin Fenton. Caden Clark has been mixed up here a couple times. He's a big defensive lineman, number 74 for PCM. Good job from their defense.
Split wide receivers for the Eagles. 3rd and goal. Kachmarinski. Schurz again. Left side run. Stopped short again. This time he's stopped back at the 2 for a loss of a yard, and now it's 4th down from the 2.
Yeah, it gets so tough as an offense when you start to get in this part of the field because the defense, they don't have that deep safety anymore. They're putting everybody down in the box. They're loading it up. They're daring you to throw the ball, and great pursuit and tackling from the Mustangs.
4th down and goal for Pella Christian. They're 2 of 2 on 4th downs in this game. Kachmarinski on a right side roll. He'll keep it, picks his way back, fighting to the end zone, and in. Touchdown, Eagles. Isaac Kachmarinski, a 2-yard score.
Man, it is, it's not a huge play, right? It's a 2-yard gain, puts him in the end zone. But what I'm saying is Kachmarinski makes that play, and not a lot of guys can do that, right? Because he was running out to the edge, realized he wasn't going to get there, cuts it back, lowers his shoulder, punishes the defense, gets across the goal line. That's a senior Isaac Kachmarinski making a big play.
and churned a lot of time off this fourth quarter clock on that drive. Fancher for the extra point after Cack's 2-yard touchdown run. Nice job by Nunnekoven plucking that snap that was a little bit behind him. Extra point good, and it's 28-0 Eagles. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
The City of Pella reminds residents of lawn maintenance regulations. City Code states that growths of grass or weeds in excess of 8 inches shall be determined a nuisance. It is also unlawful to deposit grass or lawn debris into a street or alley. Property owners are also responsible for trimming tree limbs and shrubs that may overhang streets and sidewalks. City staff would like to encourage everyone to do their part in abiding by the regulations, which will help keep our community safe and looking its best. This message has been brought to you by the City of Pella.
Pella Cinemas presents an extra special event, Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Stuff edition, rated PG-13. The big screen mega blockbuster is back with a whopping 11 minutes of extra footage. Also showing at Pella Cinemas is Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, rated PG-13, a lighthearted feel-good story charmingly told, and the uplifting true story Gigi and Nate, rated PG-13, in which an intelligent monkey is trained to help a quadriplegic with his basic needs. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. You are listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa, on the KRLS 2 stream at KNIA-KRLS.com. Kickoff by Fancher is returned by PCM out near the 30-yard line, as Bank Iowa supports Pella Christian and Pella High Athletics by donating $20 to the Booster Club for every touchdown during every home game this season. Tonight, that's $60 from Bank Iowa because of 3 Eagles touchdowns. Bank Iowa says, go Eagles, and
let's make it happen.
28-0 Pella Christian leads, 5:41 to go in the fourth quarter. 28-zip Eagles, and PCM will have a 1st and 10 at their own 29. Gavin Van Gorp, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, replaced August Stock at quarterback. Stock dealing with the left knee injury that really hampered most of his 2021 season. He's given it a go here as Olsen picks up a couple of yards, but just really limited in his mobility in this game. So they bring in Van Gorp. He's run mostly the option. He's only thrown 1 pass in this game, and PCM has not done a lot offensively. Only 1 trip deep inside Pella Christian territory. Here's Olsen on a left side run, gets a nice block downfield from the wide receiver as he picks up 10 yards out to the 42-yard line. That was In Case You Missed It, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And a half-spotted Stock on the sideline. He's out there supporting his teammate, and you just hope that he can find a way to get back on the field. He's such a great athlete, does an outstanding job out there. Hopefully he can get healthy and help this team down the stretch.
Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Carlisle leads Knoxville 42-0 at the end of the third quarter. There's a snap to Van Gorp, handoff to Olsen. Stutter step move in the backfield, and he breaks into Eagles territory down the far sideline as he crosses midfield. Picks up 12 yards to the Pella Christian 42-yard line. Give him 15, actually. They kept him moving down the sideline.
Yeah, usually when you see right now they haven't scored, right? PCM's been shut out, but it hasn't been like their offense hasn't had anything going. Right. There's been some big plays. It's just they haven't been consistent in one drive.
Here's Baukamp, and they fake it to him, and it's a keeper by Van Gorp running up the middle across the 40 to the 38 for a gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, and that time it's Keegan Fatma who's mixed in there on the defensive line. That's one thing I've noticed from the Eagles is they've mixed in a lot more guys than they have in the past, and I think that helps your team as you get into the fourth quarter. But PCM has done the same, and we've seen some different guys step up here late in the game.
4 minutes and 20 seconds and counting here in the fourth quarter. 28-zip Eagles. It's a quarterback run by Van Gorp around the right side, and he's tackled at the 35-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. Cole Van Coten in on the tackle for the Eagles.
Yeah, and obviously PCM isn't thinking, let's try to win this game. They just want to put points on the board. So they're keeping the ball on the ground. They're trying to see if they can find that sustained drive. Once you get into this territory here, this is usually when they start sputtering and haven't been able to finish a drive.
3rd and 3 from the 35, and they go to the ground with Olsen, and he's got the first down, keeps his legs churning to the 31-yard line for a gain of 4. And that'll set up a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. JD, Pella Christian, they're taking a chance to substitute a little bit, as you mentioned, but they'd love to keep that 0 on the other side of the scoreboard.
Oh, there is no doubt about it. You get in a rivalry game like this too, and you're thinking, hey, we got a chance to shut them out. Let's finish this game. I'm sure both sides are motivated because they want to either score or keep the shutout alive.
We've got a Vision for Less injury timeout. Let's step aside as well. 28-0 Pella Christian, 3:41 to go in the 4th quarter inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
As we've grown into our new Bruxford's Home Center location in Pella over the last couple of years, we continue filling the space with more products to make your house your home. More furniture, more appliances, more flooring, more bedding. But we need more help. We're hiring for sale associates, both full-time and part-time. If you love working with people and would love to help make their house their home, stop and visit with us about joining our team at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Looking for a new job with great pay and real flexibility? Hi, this is Ann with Hearthstone here in Pella, and as we prepare to open our brand new addition at the cottages, we're offering something truly unique. Our flex pool positions, available only for a short time, allow for a versatile schedule and a pretty spectacular paycheck. Hourly pay ranges from $45 for registered nurses and $37 for LPNs to $24 for CNAs. Ready to learn more? Call me today at the cottages or stop by and see me. We'd love to welcome you to the job you've been looking for.
Look, I'm not the kind of person that needs a trophy every time I do a good deed, but I like rewards as much as the next guy. That's why I got a sensible checking account at Bank Iowa. I can earn 10 cents cash back on purchases made with my debit card monthly with no limits on the amount I earn back. Plus, I get free online banking and identity theft protection. All I have to do is keep $100 in the account and receive e-statements. Basically, I'm getting rewarded by Bank Iowa for saving trees and buying stuff. Visit your local Bank Iowa location to learn about our sensible checking account option or read more online at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back inside of the Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. The injured Eagle was Drew Van Coten. Just looked like maybe a cramp that they were trying to stretch out. He got off okay under his own power. And then a handoff to Griffin Olsen goes for -2 yards and brings up a 2nd and 12 for PCM. Olsen again sheds a tackle at the line of scrimmage and fights his way forward to the Pella Christian 25-yard line. He picks up 7 that time. And with 3:07 to go in the game and Pella Christian leading 28-0, PCM will have a 3rd and 5 at the Eagle 25.
And we mentioned it earlier in the game. Fenton and Olsen, who are doing the majority of the carries, are listed as receivers, which is kind of strange, but both of those guys have been reliable, picking up little yards here and there. They're doing a nice job.
3rd down and 5, and it's a handoff around the right side. He slipped in the backfield, and there's nothing there. No gain on the play for Olsen. 4th down, where PCM is 0 of 3 in this game, and you got to go for it from the 25.
Yeah, this will be their last chance to see if they can put points on the board here on 4th down.
And listen to this Eagle crowd as the Eagles defense is imploring them to rise to their feet, get fired up for 4th down and 5 from the 25. Van Gorp has 2 wide receivers to the left. The running back is Olsen, standing right to his left hip. Tight end right, extra tight end as well, lined up between the center and the right guard. Taking a lot of time, down to 1 second on the play clock before Greg Bonnet calls a Vision for Less timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KNIAKRLS.com inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
When it comes to your broadband connection, numbers definitely matter. With Pella Fiber, every residential customer gets gigabit speeds for only $75 per month. With Pella Fiber's gig service, you can download an HD movie in 35 seconds or stream at 4K with no lag and play resource-heavy games online with ease, all at the same time. Pella Fiber is your community-owned, fiber-only broadband provider, so their only priority is you. They don't do data caps or throttling, so your last download of the month is as fast as your first. Visit PellaFiber.com today to learn more.
You are listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on KNIAKRLS.com. Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Our score, 28-0. Pella Christian leads PCM. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Greg Bonnet calling a Vision for Less timeout with exactly 2 minutes left on the clock. And PCM coming out of that Vision for Less timeout has a 4th down and 5 at the Pella Christian 25. Ball just inside the right hash. PCM from left to right. Snap, gets away from Van Gorp. He picks it up, now rolls out to his left, fires it towards the end zone. Receiver is there. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Mustangs. Trying to catch the number, JD.
That's number 2. It's Gabe Hobbs who's out there. What a way for PCM to get their first big play of the game. They've been waiting for that all game long, and that time it happens via a poor snap. It looked like the play was over, but a nice job by Van Gorp to roll out to his left, bomb it out there. Vanderwall needs to turn and find the ball, and he would have been able to knock it down. But Hobbs is there, reels it in, and puts some points on the board for the Mustangs.
1:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, and PCM finally dots the scoreboard. And now the extra point is on the way and good, and it's 28-7. Pella Christian leads. Maybe an onside kick coming up, or Pella Christian will get the ball back under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-7 Eagles inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Nederlanders Tap and Golf, we've been slowly expanding our food options, and we want you to come try us out. Our customers love our variety of 12 different specialty gourmet hot dogs, like the Mac Daddy dog with mac and cheese and bacon, and the Dutch dog with Pella bologna and Gouda cheese. We also have a variety of munchies like cheese curds, tater tots, and wings. And on Wing Wednesday, you can get a discount on half and full orders of our garlic parm, buffalo, and honey barbecue wings. Come try our expanded food menu at Nederlanders Tap and Golf next to El Charro and Pella.
The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town, but there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat, home to Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel. Dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. A 25-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 5 from Gavin Van Gorp to Gabe Hobbs. Gets PCM on the board, but Pella Christian still comfortably in front on their way to 3-0 with a 28-7 lead. Will PCM onside kick here or just boot it away down 3 touchdowns? We'll find out here momentarily. They kick it away, end-over-end kick that's taken by Ritzert at the 13, running towards the middle of the field, right to left at the 25, and burrows his way to the 30-yard line. Let's catch you up on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Indianola leads Pella 33-19 at the end of the fourth quarter. Or end of the third quarter, rather, into the fourth quarter. Carlisle 49-0 over Knoxville. End of the third quarter, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont trailing Pleasantville 35-0. And at the half, it's Lewis Central 28, Norwalk 14. Grandview Christian leads Twin Cedars at the end of the third quarter, 69-12 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Eagles have to run out 1:46, and they'll be 3-0. 1st and 10 from their own 30 from right to left. Snap to Cack, handoff, and Benny Schurz picks up 2 to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, it's actually Cooper Spronk.
Thank you.
We've talked about Schurz a lot. He's taken most of the carries, but Cooper Spronk is a nice running back too, a sophomore who's really going to have a nice career for the Eagles. But obviously he's sitting behind Benny Schurz right now, and Benny does a nice job. Cooper gets involved on the defense, but he's a guy who's going to be a big-time player for them.
Well, let's give you a Pella Motors game reset as the Eagles drop into victory formation. 1:14 and counting to go in the game. Doesn't matter the down or distance. The only thing that matters right now is the score, which is 28-7 Pella Christian, and a kneel down from Isaac Kakmarinsky. He'll need to do that one more time, and this game will be in the books as we give you a Pella Motors game reset. They've got to get the game clock under 40 seconds before they snap it, and right now it's at 45. So anytime under 40, they'll take a snap, they'll take a knee. PCM will fall to 1-2. Pella Christian will go to 3-0, winning their second straight in this series.
Yeah, really a wire-to-wire win from Pella Christian. They scored on the first drive of the game and never looked back from there. Certainly wasn't wasn't a dominating game. This was a great performance from both teams. I thought it was a well-played game on both sides. I think both teams are going to be better off going into district play because of this game here tonight.
The final knee by Isaac Kakmarinsky has been put on the ground. 5 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, triple zeros. This ball game is over. Our final score, Pella Christian 28, PCM 7. We'll be back with our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this on KNIA-KRLS.com.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Are you a Pella Cooperative Electric member? Grab your keys and head over to the co-op on Saturday, September 17, for our Member Appreciation Drive-Thru Barbecue. The Marion County Cattlemen will be grilling up top-notch hamburgers and hot dogs from locally sourced beef. Stop by anytime between 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. or until supplies last. We'll also be giving away bill credits on our Facebook page the week of the event, so watch our page for details. We'll see you on Saturday, September 17th. Owned by those we serve, we are Pella Cooperative Electric, your local co-op.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strauber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strauber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
As spring sports season shifts to high gear, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
We got what you need
to get you on the go.
Since launching our Prez Listing Advantage in 2018, area home sellers have saved over $750,000 by working with Pella Real Estate Services compared to a 6% commission. I'm Levi Spain, and that savings is one way we're investing in lives through real estate. The average seller saves about $5,000 for their nest egg or to put towards their next purchase. If it's time to sell, let us help you, a friend, a colleague, or whomever save money by calling 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Community First Credit Union will be your first stop when you hear about our car and recreational vehicle loan special. Move your vehicle to See First and get up to 2% off your current rate and no payments for 90 days. Make the switch and get an easy application process, great lenders, and a rate discount. And you can use your savings towards your next trip. Stop in and learn more or apply at C1STCU.com today. Subject to credit approval and program qualifications, federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Welcome into our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We're live on KNIA-KRLS.com, the free KNIA-KRLS app, the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel, and live on Pella TV. Final score, Pella Christian 28, PCM 7. Rich Kakmarinsky of the Eagles will be joining us momentarily. Greg Bonnet of the Mustangs a little bit later. This is the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Our final score, 28-7. Eagles with the victory. And let's start out by taking a look at our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. And I think the key play happened, there's two of them. One that happened very early in the game, which was on the first drive after a 3-and-out by Pella Christian. The Eagles went to punt, and there was a roughing the punter penalty, and PC took advantage and scored the touchdown to go up 7-0. The other one, the long 74-yarder to Trevor Veenstra, JD.
Yeah, you know, Trevor's actually involved in both of them.
Yes.
as he took the hit after he punted it. But that really was important, and it just goes to show that I thought Pella Christian played a really clean game. Besides a few penalties there in the second half, especially in the first half, they took advantage of some mistakes. They didn't hurt themselves too much. That punt, again, just a 5-yard penalty. but it put the Eagles on the board eventually, got them on top, and they were able to hang on. And you mentioned Trevor Veenstra, a big play in the passing game.
Yep.
I thought Trevor was great on both sides of the ball. He's been blocking so well so far this season, so to see him get some big plays through the air, rumble all the way to the end zone, it's awesome to see.
And I do want to highlight Donovan Nicholson as far as a player of the game for PCM, just a beast on that defensive line for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he really is. He does a nice job. That whole defensive line was outstanding for them all night, and he was making some impact plays.
That's our Hormel Foods Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. JD, why don't you hand it off to Rich Kakmarinsky, the head coach of the Eagles. Our final score, 28-7, as we're in our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show live on KNIA-KRLS.com. I am Trevor Castle. It's our continuing coverage of Pella Christian football. We're joined now by head coach Rich Kakmarinsky. This interview powered by Hy-Vee as Pella Christian closes out a 28-7 rivalry victory over PCM on Friday night. Coach Kak, thanks for coming up and chatting, and congratulations. You're 3-0 to close out non-district play. What'd you think about this slugfest against the Mustangs?
Well, that was a slugfest. I'm tired. I feel like my stomach hurts. I feel like I've got some body blows and I haven't even played a lick. No, it was a physical game. You know, PCM's got a nice O-line, D-line, and they, you know, I thought our defense really keyed us. I mean, we based. I don't want to.
You'd love to have the shutout, but it just didn't happen.
We were so close to having. I mean, I thought we played great defense for 46.5 minutes or whatever. But that's how, that's just, you know, as Don DeWar would say, that's got to play defense every snap. But our defense keyed us. I thought we played. Boy, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage. Did a nice job there. Our linebackers and our secondary were flying the ball. We didn't bite on any of their play action type stuff. So I thought our secondary was disciplined. And then offensively, I thought, boy, I wouldn't say we controlled the line of scrimmage. I'd say we managed the line of scrimmage tonight. But I thought Benny ran awfully tough. Isaac had made a couple key plays. Trevor had a couple big plays. And so I thought it was a team effort offensively tonight.
Well, and, you know, the story coming in was your running game offensively. And when it's all said and done, you know, you're going to be up around the 200-yard mark rushing, which, you know, that's nothing to sneeze at. But then, you know, as you started with the defense, and to have the ability to win a game with the defense when the offense isn't maybe doing quite what you're expecting out of it, that's what makes a complete football team, right, Coach?
It really does. I mean, we met a lot this winter. And we felt like, boy, we just got to play better run defense against tough people, which I thought we did tonight. Thought it really keyed us. Thought our kicking game was solid. Jack Fancher kicking 2 field goals early, give us those 6 points there. That was great. Made all our extra points. So just a lot of nice things. I think, you know, we talk about trying to play championship ball. I thought that we did a lot of nice things as far as just taking care of the ball, playing good defense, good kicking game. You know, spreading the ball around. Peyton had some nice plays offensively. Colin had some nice plays offensively. Our O-line, again, just battled all night long. Isaiah Breams, and I got to mention that guy. That guy battled his tail off all night, both sides of the line of scrimmage. So Isaiah Breams really played well, too.
Well, in the passing game, you talked in the pregame about how it was just 6 inches and 100 milliseconds, I think you said. Maybe tonight, like 3 inches and like 50 milliseconds.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not quite there, but
yeah.
dialing it in a little bit. And obviously, Trevor Veenstra, a couple of big touchdowns.
Well, Trevor's we've been looking to feature Trevor, you know, in the passing game. We're obviously featuring him in the run game, but he's a big threat. So yeah, we're going to keep growing our passing game. I think we'll have a very fine passing game by the end of the year. Come playoff time. And so, you know, if you can run it and you can throw it, play some good defense, we got the makings of a real nice team.
What challenges out of tonight? What didn't go right?
Well, you know, we didn't sustain our blocks as long enough as we needed to on offense. I mean, I think early on we were a little more crisp, and we were sustaining blocks. You saw, you know, our rushing offense really kind of petered out there in the end of the second quarter. I just felt like we were a little mushy at times, not sustaining our blocks. So we'll go back and look at the film, you know. But again, no, tip my hat to PCM. They played us tough. They got a nice front, got a nice defense. So we'll look at the film. We'll figure some things to work on. But I feel like we got great momentum, 3-0, heading into the district schedule, right where we want to be. Excited about having Van Buren back here next Friday night, be back on the home turf. So we'll take another step.
Well, and you got challenged tonight too after a couple of blowout wins in the first two games. I mean, you've been through the ringer, Coach, and you know that teams need to be tested, right?
Exactly right. That's what I was hoping tonight. I was hoping we would be tested. We were sorely tested tonight. I thought our kids responded well. I thought I didn't think we flinched on any part of the game tonight. So again, I just thought our defense just played super. I think they're really key to us. I think we played smart defensive football. And if we can do that all the rest of the year, it's going to be fun.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I have to imagine that winning a district championship is one of the goals of this team, and probably more beyond that. It does start, as you've alluded to, next Friday night with Van Buren coming to town. What's your early understanding of your opponent coming up on Friday night and getting district playoff on the right foot?
Truthfully, Trevor, I haven't watched. I've been hands on deck here with PCM, so we'll rest a little bit tonight, and we'll start cracking some film tomorrow.
Enjoy the weekend, Coach. Thanks for your time, and congrats on 3-0.
Thank you.
That is Rich Kakmarinsky, head coach of the Pella Christian football team. Our interview powered by Hy-Vee as Pella Christian picks up a 28-7 win over PCM on Friday night. Let's take a quick timeout, and then Greg Bonnet of the PCM Mustangs join us in 1 minute here on KNIA-KRLS.com inside the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are a proud supporter of our area youth. Hi, I'm Kevin Stitsworth, Director of Foundation and Public Relations. We wish all of our area athletes the best of luck as they compete this fall sports season. When an injury puts you on the sidelines, trust your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics to get you back in the game. To learn more about our providers, services, and upcoming events, visit knoxvillehospital.org.
Above all, you want to create something you're proud of. At Precision Pulley and Idler, each employee receives countless hours of instruction. That's why Precision Pulley and Idler is not only proud, but understands the work our area students put in each year to make their own season a success. Precision Pulley and Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Precision Pulley and Idler, we keep it moving.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We are live on KNIA-KRLS.com. Our final score, Pella Christian beats PCM 28-7. It's our continuing coverage of PCM football. We're joined now by Greg Bonnet, head coach of the Mustangs, after falling Friday night to Pella Christian by a final score of 28-7. Coach, always appreciate you coming up and chatting with us. Tough physical ball game tonight. You're on the short end of the 28-7 game against Pella Christian. What are your first thoughts on this one?
Well, I mean, I really thought that we'd have to play 100% perfect, and they'd have to make some mistakes for us to even stand a chance of being in the game. And we wound up making a bunch of mistakes, and we didn't play perfect, and the result was still, within reason to me. I mean, we were down 13-0 or whatever at halftime, and I thought, hey, because I said if we can get out of the first quarter only being 7 down, we're going to be all right. If we can get out of the second quarter only being 14 down, we're going to be all right. And we were down 13. So, we kind of stayed ahead of schedule of what I thought in my mind we were capable of doing. I didn't have any delusions that we were just going to go out there and rumble whip these guys because they just have all the dudes. I mean, they really do. They're senior-dominated, class here and they're just really, really good football players. But honestly, it's just we got to go back and look at the tape. But we made some mistakes. I mean, I look at the opening drive. We stop them, which is unbelievable that we even stopped them. And then we get a roughing the punter, unnecessary roughing the punter. Well, there's the first down. They got to go score. Well, that's a sway right there. That's those type of mistakes. And like I told our guys, we just have to understand that every single play is important. And right now, I think we have to put the right people on the field that understand that, and the ones that don't understand that every play is important, need to learn it pretty quickly.
I thought your defensive line played lights out tonight. I mean, this is a Pella Christian offense, admittedly against far lesser competition that had just been like video game type numbers running the football, and you made it very, very difficult on them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we knew what we were looking at. I think that like I said, those critical breakdowns. I was happy with our guys, the way they were flying around. I mean, we had a lot of sophomores out there, 2 outside linebackers stepping in. Both the Gerard twins got in there so we could keep our other guys kind of fresh for offense, and they just stepped in there and did as good a job as what I thought they could do. And they're going to learn too. And we had another sophomore. He's the one that did get beat on the coverage. But these are all. It's a learning curve. I figured those guys get into a game like this with a class like that. I mean, those guys are dudes. And they get in there, baptism under fire, they're going to be that much better for it in the future. So,
well, you talked in the pregame interview about needing to tackle after doing a really poor job against Newton. You met with your guys on kind of the 5 keys, the fundamentals to tackling. Just seeing it from the sideline, haven't watched film yet, but what'd you think about that?
It was much better. It was just much better. I mean, that was awesome. We missed some, don't get me wrong, but you're going to miss some. Against these dudes, you're definitely going to miss some. But, I mean, whereas we had 26 missed tackles last week or whatever it was, I know there wasn't that many this week. And so it was a lot better job of tackling. It's something we can keep on improving on, just working on those little fundamentals, and we will. It's just back to work. I mean, we wanted to get better. Like, the nice thing about it is we play Newton, we play Pella Christian. Those are really, really good teams. It sharpens us up a little bit. You want to be able to compete a little bit more than we did. But, I think that's kind of we got to find the right personnel that it truly wants to compete, and that's tough to do. It can get confusing with high school kids, but I think we'll figure it out.
On the offensive side of the ball, August Stock is, he's a gamer. I saw him a year ago in the Pella Christian game and got injured there. It was clear tonight something wasn't quite right with his leg. I'm assuming you made a change to get a little more mobility in there. What is going on at the quarterback position? What are you trying to find out there?
Well, I think we're really, what we need to do is we need to find Augie a position that he can play. Personally, I think he's going to be a defensive end. Like, that's where I want to play him at. I think he could do that. I think he has the size. I think he has the speeds to do it. Quarterback is it's pretty tough on him. In terms of his mobility right now is not good. It's just that. I think it's stemming from ultimately the knee. But when knees go wrong and you start to come back on them, all your other stuff starts getting dinged up too. And, as a quarterback, when you're thinking about all that stuff, it's pretty tough to focus on what's going on at hand. And so I think we need to give the kid a chance and just, let's find a position for him that we can really dominate, because he's a really good football player.
Well, are you happy with what you got out of Van Gorp at quarterback?
Oh,
is he the guy moving forward?
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know for sure. Like I said, we got to watch film and, let my offensive staff kind of decide that. But it wouldn't surprise me at all. I think Van Gorp, he played last year as a freshman for us a lot at the quarterback spot too. When Augie got hurt, and I think he's a dude. He's grown up a year and he's looking really good. And just like that one of the last play, I went out there before that during that timeout, and I said, hey, there's a lot of stuff that went good and bad tonight, but nothing would make me happier than if we score right here. If we score on this drive. Well, okay, they fumble the ball, he picks it up, just Hail Mary, and then Hobbs goes out there. And so, he answered the call. So
you said it'd be great to score. He put it on the board, Coach.
I said it would make me so happy because this is the only thing we have. Like, all that stuff in the past is the only thing we have, and boom. Yeah, that's the type of kid he is, though. So.
All right, final score, 28-7. Pella Christian beats PCM. Coach Greg Bonnet of the Mustangs is with us. You've opened district play against Iowa Falls Alden. That is a home game next Friday night.
Yes, homecoming.
What do you think? Non-district stuff, it matters, but, hey, now the district is in front of you. You win your district, you're going to the playoffs. What do you like about your team, and what do you think about on Friday night?
What I like about our team is I think we have a number of guys that can play. I just think we have to find the right ones. And then, me, I've never been a person that says, okay, you're a senior, so you've earned the right. I'm not that type of guy. If you're a sophomore and you're as good as a senior, you're going to take reps, and if you make more plays, you're going to play. And so I think it's just a matter of finding the right guys. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we don't have that many seniors anyway, but I'm not saying any of those guys are particularly going to get beat out. But that's my feeling on it. So we got to get back to competing. We got to understand that every single play is important and just keep getting better. And I really do believe we have some things going on. We improved. The score might not show up, but that team's freaking good. But, we improved quite a bit on a number of things. So we'll go back to get back to work and just make everything a little bit better.
And as you already alluded to, homecoming, it's always a fun time around town.
Is that right? No.
I think.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody loves homecoming.
It's a great time. As a football coach, you're like, okay, are my guys going to be out there and they're doing too much water balloon fighting or whatever? But I do love homecoming, and we have a lot of great thing plans. It's going to be a very, very exciting week around our town. So, yeah, absolutely. Those are the memories that make it all worthwhile. Absolutely.
All right, final score 28-7. Coach, best of luck down the road. Thanks so much for coming up and chatting with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Greg Bonnet, head coach of the PCM Mustangs, joining us following Friday night's 28-7 setback at the hands of Pella Christian. We're going to take another time out inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We've got some scores. We got to get to stats. I'll bring my man JD back in, and we'll do that right after this on KNIA, KRLS.com.
Your house is mostly the largest investment you'll make. Your home's roof is the biggest way to protect your investment. Worn shingles, roof damage from extreme heat, wind and rain, snow and ice, and of course hail can damage your roof and leave your home open to damage you may not see until it's too late. Let Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction evaluate the condition of your roof. If they find damage, they'll show you where the damage is, what caused it, and what it'll take to fix the damage and protect your home. Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction is a local Marion County business, so you can be confident they'll be here to stand behind their work. Call Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction today at 641-891-7079.
At Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, we know that people are busy, and sometimes you can't step away to get routine maintenance work done. So we offer free pickup and drop-off services. And sometimes your vehicle might have to be in the shop for a bit, so we have a fleet of courtesy vehicles available to keep you on the road. Our service team also has a habit of leaving things better than when they found them. So with any service work you have done, we vacuum out your vehicle and run it through a car wash. Next time you need maintenance, reach out to the service department at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, taking care of you since 1935.
The battery-powered lawn equipment you've always wanted is here. Toro's Flex Force line of walk mowers and lawn tools are easy to use, fast, quiet, and just as powerful as gas-powered. No hassles, no cords, and virtually no maintenance. Check out Toro's line of Flex Force lawn mowers and lawn tools at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella.
Hi, this is Tim Tegernheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
At Menninga Pest Control, their slogan is that Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Now Sean wants you to join his team and kill other people's bugs. Menninga Pest Control has an immediate opening for a technician. Whether you're looking for full-time or part-time or even just seasonal, Sean is looking for you. He'll even train you and make sure that you get the proper certification to kill those bugs. Interested? You know the number to call.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
That's a ball hammered deep to left field. That ball is gone, and we are tied. Kiki Reagan, 6-all. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing and the Dutch.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from core-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Hey football fans, it's Coach Cack here. It's football season, go Eagles, and that means sweater weather is upon us. The Well Thrift Store has all you need to get ready for this season, including hundreds of costumes for the kids, fall decor, sweatshirts, and more. So whether you're looking for fan gear for all the upcoming fall sports, or just need to ready your wardrobe for the cooler temps, the Well Thrift Store has what you need. Good stuff, great help, gives hope at the Well Thrift Store in Pella.
Pella Regional Medical Clinic is pleased to welcome Garrett Donaldson, MD, specializing in family practice and obstetrics. Dr. Donaldson has a passion for promoting healthy lifestyles for patients of all ages. Give us a call to schedule your annual physical, a well child visit, prenatal care, or to manage chronic diseases like diabetes. Dr. Donaldson is welcoming new patients in Pella and Ottumwa. To schedule an appointment, go to pellahealth.org or call 641-621-2200.
And welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. We're going to go fast and furious for the final few minutes. Rejoined now by J.D. Bohr as Pella Christian picks up a 28-7 victory over PCM. Let's go over tonight's final stats, which are presented by the Verduff Agency. For Pella Christian, Benny Schurz, 23 carries, 103 yards. Didn't find his way into the end zone tonight. Isaac Kakmarinsky did, 15 carries for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. He also had 2 passing touchdowns as he went 9 of 15 for 150 yards and the 2 touchdowns, both to Trevor Veenstra, who had 3 catches for 100 yards. On the PCM side of the ledger, they ran the ball a lot with several different guys. Gavin Fenton, 17 for 37. Griffin Olson, 16 for 83. And Gavin Van Gorp, 8 for 50. Augie Stock, who was replaced right around the halfway point of this game, threw for 62 yards. Gabe Hobbs, the leading receiver, 3 catches for 65 yards. It came on their last offensive play, a 4th and 5 with just over a minute and a half to go. And Van Gorp hit Hobbs for a 25-yard touchdown. And the final score, 28-7. Tonight's final stats have been presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. JD, you got a chance to listen to both head coaches here in our post-game interviews. What are some of your thoughts as we wrap up a 28-7 Eagles win?
Sure. Well, I think from a Pella Christian perspective, truthfully, I don't know if the game could have gone a whole lot better. You know, obviously they would have loved to shut them out. Yeah. Maybe that's one thing. But I think they needed a competitive game. I think they needed a 4-quarter game, grind it out, see if you can win one that way. It's great when you can win going away and you can get, you know, your huge plays, 50-yard runs over and over and over again. But I'm not sure you get that much better doing that, right? So to have that big test as we go into district play, and even to have that test just in general, I think it's really big for Pella Christian. I thought they showed out really well. I thought super clean, no turnovers from PC, and that's been something that they've been great at. I thought their special teams was awesome. So I think there's a lot to look forward to from the Eagles side of things for sure.
Well, again, the running game got challenged. It still managed to have some success. We're seeing the passing game develop. There were still some off-kilter throws by CAC. There were a couple of drops today, but, you know, you get Trevor Veenstra involved. Those wide receivers are coming along a little bit. This is going to be a well-rounded offense as the season progresses.
Yeah, I think so, too. You know, and obviously with Isaac Kakmarinsky being the senior quarterback, a guy who's put up some big numbers in the past, you know, he's going to be very comfortable. So it's taken a little time, but it's good to see them come into rhythm here, find different ways to move the football, right? It's not just giving it to Benny Schurz and he's going to go run over people for 200 yards. They had to find different ways, and I think that helps them moving forward.
And on the PCM side, we heard Coach Bonnet, and he said we felt like we had to play perfect to win. We didn't play perfect, but he was happy with the way his team played it. And, you know, Pella Christian wanting to get tested. PCM got a big test, didn't win the game, but he thought they made some strides as well. And, I mean, you know Coach Bonnet's going to coach these guys up. And for PCM fans, I think there's some good times ahead as well.
No doubt. You know, you look at some of the guys who made a lot of plays. You got some young guys out there tonight. They have a huge roster. I mean, they're throwing a lot of different numbers out there, a lot of different guys playing different spots. But I thought there were some bright spots. We mentioned the defensive line quite a bit. I thought they were really good. I thought the offensive line for them was great in spurts, right? They couldn't do it consistently, but you know, for a team that only scored on the last play of the game, it wasn't like they couldn't move the football. Right. I mean, they got enough yards. They were finding ways. Obviously, they got to figure out the quarterback situation to try to find a playmaker somewhere on the field that can just give them a chance to put up a big play. And maybe, you know, you had that last catch there at the end. Maybe that kind of spurs that offense on as they move into district play.
Yeah, ballpark 200 yards rushing for PCM. So as you said, it's not like they couldn't move the ball. They just couldn't move it in a sustained fashion.
Right. You know, you got to be able to put points on the board, right? Yep. I mean, that's what this game's all about. So for them, it's about sustaining those drives and finishing those drives in the end zone.
All right, let's wrap it up by going in closing, presented by Leighton State Bank. PCM is at home for homecoming against Iowa Falls Alden, 7:30. Tyler Crabb will be in Monroe next Friday night. Andrew Schneider will be in the seat that I am sitting in right now as Pella Christian hosts Van Buren for a 7 o'clock kick with JD on the KRLS 2 stream. And Coach Cack said, hey, I don't know a lick about Van Buren yet. We'll figure that out tomorrow. For this juncture, it doesn't really matter. What does is that it's a district game. You're 3-0 in non-district. You win your next 5. You know you're going to the playoffs, and that starts next Friday.
You know, I feel like PC challenge themselves in district. You know, some good teams, good programs. Obviously, headline here by tonight's game in PCM. So to find a way to go 3-0, I think they're feeling really good. I think this is a team that's excited about who they have, and now it's about just, can you keep getting better, right? Can you take on the challenges, continue to improve each and every week in practice, and hopefully you can find yourself in a deep postseason run.
In Closing has been presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. JD, as I understand it, you got a full day in front of the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy the Cy-Hawk Series battle tomorrow in Iowa City. Hope you have a great day of football. Enjoy the weekend, and you and I are together in a couple of weeks at Sigourney Kyoto.
Man, it's one of the best weekends of the year, right? We got a lot of football in front of us. It's a great time of year. Love the Friday night lights, and you know, hopefully my teams can keep winning, right?
That's right.
That's the hope.
Enjoy it, my man. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
He's J.D. Bohr. I'm Trevor Castle, and that's a wrap on the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show at Cabinet Design of Pella. They expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the Cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Do have one last order of business that I did not get to, and it's one last look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Indianola beats Pella 33-19. Carlisle over Knoxville 49-0. At last check, fourth quarter, Lewis Central leading Norwalk 42-27. Pleasantville beats Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont 35-7, and Grandview Christian defeats Twin Cedars 69-12. Our final score is Pella Christian 28, PCM 7. The Mahaska Bottling Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show is coming up at 10 o'clock on KNIA KRLS. I'm Trevor Castle. Thanks for listening to Pella Christian Football, powered by Bank Iowa on KNIA KRLS.com.
Thanks for tuning into this exclusive presentation of live area football coverage on KNIA KRLS and streaming live at KNIAKRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app. Make sure to tune in next week for the Jeremy Dingaman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show from 4:30 to 6:30, leading up to live play-by-play of our area teams. Now stay tuned for the Mahaska Bottling Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show with Nathan Sage, the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.